And Northwestern with Hunter Johnson at the controls will touch it first. And Ray Nairo, who was involved in a little bit of a punt return debate this week with Brandon Joseph and also Bryce Kurtz of the Wildcats, is deep to receive. So the Blue Devils looking for their second straight win as Ham hangs it high. Nairo signals for the fair catch, and Northwestern will scrimmage from the 25. And the Wildcats are here. They're the defending champs in the West Division of the Big Ten, Roddy.
They certainly are. They're coming off an excellent year, 6-1 in the Big Ten, 7-2 overall. And that was after a weird start to the year. As you remember, undefeated at home were the Wildcats, and they gave Ohio State all they wanted in that Big Ten championship game, eventually dropping that game. But they defeated Auburn in the bowl game. And in a year where everybody has 16, 17, 18 returning starters, Northwestern lost just about everybody. Hunter Johnson at the helm.
Yep, and he's got Evan Hull with him in the backfield, sophomore from Maple Grove, Minnesota, who's off to a fine start in his own right. And we got a flag and delay a game, I think, starts the ball game for Pat Fitzgerald's team.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
I'm not really sure that happens, Wes. I mean, you practice the first play of the game over and over and over. They were just a little slow getting out there, a little slow on that shift and putting themselves behind the chains.
So it is 1st and 15, and Johnson to throw on first down. Middle of the field and incomplete. He was trying to dial, I think, Marshall Lang. Yep, the tight end. Charlie Mangieri, Trey Pugh also in that order for Coach Fitzgerald.
We're going to see a lot of tight ends. You'll see the 3 that you just mentioned sometimes on the field at the same time. Now you've got 2 of them out there.
Here's 2nd and 15. Hull's first carry and a play made behind the line. Jamark Woods, the Michigan transfer, into the act early for Duke.
You're going to see Jamark Woods hanging out around the line of scrimmage and at linebacker level a lot. He's coming off that right edge. Pursues the play well. They were trying to run a counter to the near side. Jamark Woods gets Evan Hull before he's able to get anything going. And this is where Duke can start to mess with you. I'd expect them to be pretty conservative with their call on 3rd and 16.
Northwestern 5 of 13 last week in the win against Indiana State. They're 9th in the Big Ten on 3rd down. Johnson on 3rd and the full 15. And he'll cut it loose and offline for Malik Washington.
Well, Wes, before I said that, I should have thought about who is Duke. Duke is a press man, aggressive team, so they send pressure. They're able to get linebacker into the backfield. That was Dorian Meusi. He's able to put pressure on Hunter Johnson. The ball has to get out quick, and Duke's got its first 3 and out.
So Josh Blackwell is deep to return the punt, averaging 9.3 a return. And Derek Adams is set to punt it away for Northwestern after a 3 and out starts the ball game for Duke on defense. And a high, tight spiral. Blackwell signals for and makes the fair catch right at the 40-yard line, and the 3rd career start for Raleigh native Gunnar Holmberg here, Roddy.
He's a guy that came in 2018 when Daniel Jones was a starter, had an injury in 2019 that forced him out. 2020, he had the backup Chase Bryce. The transfer comes in and takes a spot that he thought was his or thought was going to be his. But the way he responded is what's really impressed his coaches and his teammates. He just went to work, matured while watching Quentin Harris on the bench and Chase Bryce. And now he's got the starting job. And the thing that he's done, Wes, he's taking care of the football.
Sure has. Mataeo Durant with him, sidecar left. First play of the game, a play fake. And here's Holmberg going to tee it up deep, looking downfield for Harding, who catches it. And he's brought down inside the 10 of Northwestern. Right over the top of Rod Hurd for 50 yards to Darryl Harding.
Well, Duke anticipates that Northwestern is going to sell out to stop Mataeo Durant. They do. You get one-on-one coverage on the outside, and Darryl Harding wins.
1st and goal for the Blue Devils, and Durant tries to get to the edge and cannot. Great play over the top. And it was the backup at tackle, Jeremy Miser, who takes Durant down for a loss of a yard. 2nd and goal at the 11. Here's Holmberg looking for Bobo, left side, jump ball to the corner, and overthrows incomplete. Rod Hurd there defending, but let's go back to the throw that started the series for the Blue Devils.
First play of the game, you see the play action, sucks up the safety. That's number 22, Bryce Jackson. And then over the top, it's Rod Head and Daryl Harding. Harding runs right by him. An excellent throw by Gunnar Holmberg, just laying it out there so his receiver can run under.
So here is 3rd down and goal. Holmberg to throw. This is Durant out of the backfield. Got a block at the 5 and a touchdown. Graham Barton paving a little road for Mataeo Durant's score.
He's not paving a road. He's paving a highway, Wes. I mean, that is a tractor trailer coming over. Big fish eat little fish. The big offensive tackle against a defensive back. And, man, I don't know who it was that got pancaked for Northwestern. We're going to have to see that on replay because he was enveloped by Graham Barton. But I feel bad for that man.
Holmberg to Durant. And the scoring underway here in Durham. Charlie Ham tries to add the point and does. 4 plays, 60 yards in under a minute for David Cutcliffe's team.
Well, Duke decides to just throw a little flare route to Mataeo.
62 here.
Because 62 got him a pancake, Wes. And I'm not just talking about a regular pancake. I'm talking about a giant flapjack stack that he just got. I mean, that's one that you're going to play over and over. We're going to play it for you in a second. Stick around, folks, because we're giving some offensive linemen some love.
Ray Nairo deep to receive for Northwestern, who very quickly in just 4 snaps in 51 seconds finds itself trailing here in Durham. And there'll be no return of the Ham offer there.
All right, let's take a look at this. I want you to watch the left tackle, number 62, Graham Barton. Don't even watch the ball. Watch Barton go out, and he's going to get on Rod Hurd, this cornerback in West. They used to say big fish eats little fish. That's what you're supposed to do when you got an offensive lineman taking on a defensive back. Don't play games with him. Don't dance around. Run right through him. Mataeo Durant did the easy part. Graham Barton did the hard part.
Well, and now, Roddy, a team that had been held scoreless through 2 ball games in the opening period has a 7-0 lead.
Yeah.
Aggressive start for the Blue Devils, really on both sides. Now Johnson and Northwestern try to right the ship. Long throw for Hall on the wheel route, and it's broken up on the play. Blue Devils got Mausi back there from his linebacking spot. He plays the weak side. Boy, did a good job staying with the running back, Evan Hull.
Well, you know what you're going to get with Duke. You're going to get man-to-man coverage. So you motion Hull out. You get him one-on-one with a linebacker. And Hunter Johnson's just got to put that ball out there. He underthrows it, gives Mausi an opportunity to bat it down, and he does.
So Hunter Johnson so far has found himself 0 for 3. And here is Hull on the ground, and he got hit high right as he got to the line of scrimmage by Ben Fry.
This Duke defense is a defense that's going to load up the box and make you try and throw the ball deep with that press man coverage. But you saw right there in the middle, Fry doing a nice job shedding the block, making a great play. And again, here's where Duke can mess with you. They've got a lot of guys hanging out around the line of scrimmage. You've got to figure out who's coming and who's not.
3rd and 8, that's Stephon Robinson, the Kansas transfer in motion for Northwestern. Here's Johnson, hit as he throws and offline, looking for Kurtz, incomplete. Dwayne Carter, he and Gary Smith starting inside today for David Cutcliffe's team defensively. He's the one that got to Hunter Johnson to force the errant throw, and another 3 and out for Duke defensively.
Big number 90, Dwayne Carter, has been as good as anybody early in the year for Duke on this defense. In the middle of the defensive line, he's been fantastic. And you saw the push there, and 2 straight 3rd downs. They're able to create pressure on Hunter Johnson. You get an incomplete pass.
So here is Adams to punt it away to Blackwell. And the Blue Devils, watch Derek Adams hammer one to Blackwell. Fields it inside the 20. Did he kick it too far? Blackwell back toward the 30-yard line before he got a shoe top tackle. 55-yard punt. And the return will put the ball for play right around the 30-yard line. 7-0. Let's check with Larisha.
Well, you guys mentioned Ben Fry. I had the opportunity to speak with him, and I learned that he's a dual sport athlete. And what he brings to the team, the coaches says he brings a mentality, a mindset, an edge that just cannot be matched. He has been competing in wrestling since the 8th grade and middle school, and says the sport has really helped him in football and in life. He said wrestling is one of the most challenging sports he's ever been a part of.
Here's Gunnar Holmberg trying to back up that defensive effort. First catch of the day for Jake Bobo as he got inside the corner. Cam Mitchell out near midfield, and the Blue Devils on the move here.
We asked the coaches earlier in the week, hey, are these receivers excited? You know Northwestern's going to sell out to stop the run, and Jeff Ferris, the offensive coordinator, said, yeah, they've been accepting the challenge all week.
19 yards on the throw. Here's Durant around the edge looking for a block into Northwestern territory. Banged out of bounds at the Wildcat 30-yard line. Maybe the 29 ends up being a 22-yard run, and you got to look at what Mataeo Durant's capable of there.
Yeah, speed around the corner. Again, great seal blocks on the outside by this offensive line, and Durant able to get a big chunk.
Duke playing with some tempo here, Roddy, on this second possession, leading 7-0. That's Calhoun, and here's Holmberg. Looks now going to overthrow the intended receiver, Dalmolin. Dalmolin, the tight end who's working with Jake Marweedy, was wide open.
Yeah, he was. He runs that little drag across the field, and then coming up, he starts on the right side of the screen, kind of gets out of that trash, and then turns it up. It's like a wheel from the opposite side, and Holmberg just overthrows him.
So now, second down and 10, the ball at the Wildcats' 29-yard line. Quick throw in the flat. First touch of the day for Calhoun. Around the edge and close to another Blue Devil first down. Mitchell shoved him out of bounds, 9-yard play.
Duke has been really physical on the perimeter. You see Calhoun there threw an excellent block on that play, but that physicality, I mean, Graham Barton on a defensive back is one thing, but these receivers throwing excellent blocks, helping out Mataeo Durant.
6'3" Jarrett Garner's coming the slot here to the near side as Gunnar Holmberg tries to get everybody set. Third down and short for the Blue Devils, and Durant gets the call right side. 10-5, touchdown Duke. And David Cutcliffe's team's making it look easy.
They've had a great plan so far in this game. Getting Mataeo Durant involved, getting these receivers involved. You've seen Daryl Harding make a play. You've seen Jake Bobo make a play. Saw Jalen Calhoun make a play. But Mataeo Durant's the finisher for this team. Both times they've gotten close. 21 has punched it in the end zone.
5 plays, 70 yards in a minute 16. 7th touchdown run of the year for Durant. In 2.25 games, Roddy. I don't think Cutcliffe could have scripted it any better for his team today.
He certainly couldn't have. And Mataeo Durant, again, the finisher. As they've gotten close, you go to your big number 21.
Got Tway.
Well, 14-0 Duke. Mataeo Durant through the air on a touchdown catch from Gunnar Holmberg, and just a moment ago, Durant by land for the 7th time this year.
He's done it by land and by air. Maybe we'll see him do it by sea before the day's over.
Well, and Holmberg off to a good start too. 4 of 6 for 90 yards. And here's Charlie Ham to kick it away again with Nairo waiting. That's a line shot that will bounce through the end zone. And, well, we told you Mataeo Durant, the leading rusher in the Atlantic Coast Conference coming in. 6th nationally with just under 300 yards, Roddy, and adding to it.
Yeah, how about those numbers? Leads the country. Still early in the year, but I mean, this is a guy that only had 15 carries for 41 yards a week ago. So this was going to be a game that I was interested to see how Duke would respond against a very physical front for Northwestern. Now it's on Hunter Johnson to respond.
Andrew Clare has come in as the running back for the Wildcats now. And Clare gets the first carry of the day, and he's hit by Shaka Hayward after a step and a half, just shy of the 27. Hayward comes in as Duke's leading tackler, including 16 of them last Friday night against North Carolina A&T.
He's in the zone. Told us that he didn't even realize he had 16 until they got to the post-game press conference. Surprised. If I was a defensive player, I'd be counting them on my wristband.
Here's Clare trying to get to the edge. Blue Devils with pursuit. Hayward there, and finally gets some help riding him out of bounds. Mausi also helping out. And just maybe a step toward the 27 there.
So Northwestern hasn't had a lot of success going up the middle, so they try a perimeter run. It's a negligible gain for him, and a little bit of a substitution here. Duke has heated up the pocket on each of these 2 third downs. What's Northwestern's answer? Do they go with some sort of screen here to take the pressure off Hunter Johnson?
Blue Devils put another defensive back in the order here as Hunter Johnson drops straight back, wants to take the shot, and it's caught. Grab made by Malik Washington for the first down at the 39. 12-yard throw and a first down. First of the ball game for Northwestern. DaQuan Johnson was in coverage for the Blue Devils. And here are the Wildcats now trying to turn the tempo up. Quick snap, Johnson in trouble, hit as he throws, and that will be offline for Jacob Gill, the intended receiver of the Wildcats. Gill, sort of a homecoming for Pat Fitzgerald, played his high school ball at Cardinal Gibbons in Raleigh. Aeneas Peoples was the guy forcing pressure on the passer.
Duke doesn't have a sack yet on the season, but Hunter Johnson has felt their presence, and Pat Fitzgerald's got to be thinking, man, what do we got to do to protect our quarterback? He's been on his back far too much through the first 3 drives.
Well, they've got Sam Jarek at center, 23rd straight start today. Here's Johnson on a play fake. Wants to come back, and now it's not there, and he'll sail it out of bounds. I think Hull was the guy who was the intended receiver, or not Hull, I beg your pardon. It was Ray Nairo who was the intended receiver. Flags come down.
The passer was outside the pocket.
Yeah, I think he's out of the tackle box, Wes.
3rd down.
So
Mark Klozinski, the referee today out of the Big Ten.
they were having the discussion on whether or not it was grounding, but he's out of the tackle box, so he can throw it away as long as it passes the line of scrimmage.
3rd and the full 10. And we got movement. And that is going to be on Nairo,
Offense number 23.
who was working at the top of the formation.
Remains 3rd down.
It's been a disastrous start for Northwestern on offense. Just not able to get anything going in the run game. The pass game, they haven't been able to protect Hunter Johnson. And now you've got a 3rd and 15. Not a lot of answers here.
Johnson handles the snap, going to take the deep ball down the far side, and it's caught. Kurtz holds on to it, and a great catch. Play looked like it was going to blow up on the Wildcats from the snap, and it ends up being a throw in front of the Duke bench to the Blue Devil 22.
Northwestern's going to have to win some of these matchups to have success today. Once again, there's a little bit of pressure on Hunter Johnson, at least the pocket closing in on him, but he's able to deliver an excellent ball to the outside. Leonard Johnson was in good position, but Kurtz just kind of forces him by and makes the play.
Put a note on that play. 44-yard throw saves the drive for Northwestern, and Johnson keeps it. And he'll pick up a couple of yards before DaQuan Johnson out of the Duke secondary makes the play. DaQuan Johnson is the sophomore from Alabama playing the Bandit safety. There are 3 of them, Rover, Bandit, and Strike.
Looks like we're going to get some Wildcat here. Northwestern likes to do this.
So Anthony Tyus has come in as the Wildcat, if you will, to take the snap. And the running back will keep it to the right side and inside the 10. Tyus continuing to drive out of bounds at the 3. It'll be 1st and goal. Shaka Hayward shoved him out.
They never took him down to the ground. Tyus running with incredible strength, but Northwestern will do this. Just simplify the game. Snap it to your running back and play some power football. Now they're going to bring in their big package, the defensive tackle, Joe Spivak in the game. He's going to be in the backfield.
Yeah, so Spivak is the fullback in front of Evan Hull. You got 2 or 3 tight ends. And they're going to hand the ball to Hull, trying to find a gap at left guard. Now, Conrad Rowley is starting at left guard today, Roddy, because Josh Preeb has been scratched from that left guard spot by Pat Fitzgerald, and that's where they ran this time.
Watch Spivak out of the backfield, too. The 2 defenders submarine him. He does a front flip. The Duke doing a nice job of spilling the defensive tackle who's at fullback. He's going to walk over the sideline and say, Coach, I only get cut block on defense, I thought.
Joe Spivak, by the way, is a whole package in production to himself.
Oh, yeah. We will get into that.
Yep. And now we got a Blue Devil timeout call for.
Timeout.
Duke was trying to scramble Alexander onto the field, it looked like, based on some of the changes they saw from the Northwestern sideline. Well, today here in Durham for the 6th time, David Cutcliffe and Pat Fitzgerald are meeting. Coach Cutt turned 67 earlier this week. native of Birmingham, and of course now in his 14th season in Durham. And Roddy, the work he's done since 2008 when taking this job is nothing short of phenomenal for Duke football.
It's been tremendous. I mean, I saw what this program was up close and personal during that time. Played them in 08, 09, 10, and 11. Got recruited in 6 and 7. You could say much the same for what Pat Fitzgerald has done at Northwestern. Different timetable now. He's been there a little bit longer, but what he's done at Northwestern, turning them into a program that is now a perennial power in the Big Ten West, it's been fantastic to see.
And in true to his word, he's wearing shorts today on the sideline, and there's a flag. As I think R.J. Oben might have gotten an early start, or was he drawn? He was drawn. Well,
5-yard penalty.
Tough penalty here for Northwestern, who has pushed it downfield.
I see it right there on the end of the line.
That's Ethan Wiedeker, the right tackle. Big 76 at 6'5", 295. Third penalty on the Wildcats.
I'm sure I wouldn't go back to the Wildcat at some point if I'm Northwestern.
Under center Johnson. Pressure coming right away, and it's caught by Hull, and a heck of a play. Pulling him out of bounds, Mausi.
It's a great catch by Evan Hull, by the running back, and Mausi closed the distance.
Boy, what about Dwayne Carter, though, up in Johnson's grill, right?
Yeah. Duke's been able to create that pressure, and anytime you run that little boot, you're in danger of getting that edge pressure. Hunter Johnson got it out quick. Looks like Northwestern's bringing more receivers into the fold. You got a wide open receiver in the slot to the top.
Here's Johnson with Hull now. 3rd and goal. Pressure coming. He'll be sacked. The ball is loose. The scramble for it at the 13, and let's see who has it. Lummy Young knocked it loose, and Ben Fry recovers it.
How about the pressure that this crew has put on Hunter Johnson? Down with their backs on the goal line. Lummy Young comes through, doesn't just get the sack, gets the strip as well. And the Blue Devils got the ball back.
Here is Gunnar Holmberg on first down. Quick throw to Bobo on the perimeter. He'll cut inside, and he's got a first down to the 27-yard line. But let's go back to the Northwestern possession here. You tell me how this works, Roddy.
Yeah, Wes, so this one's on the quarterback. Duke has got 7 guys up near the line of scrimmage. You've only got 6 blockers. So when Lummy Young comes off the edge, you know you can't block him. He's free. You either got to throw the ball away, scramble, but you definitely got to protect the ball. So that one's on Hunter Johnson.
Here's Holmberg again, dumping it out of the backfield. Look at Durant catch and go across the 30 toward the 32 before Peter McIntyre runs him out. First turnover forced by Duke this year.
And Wes, it's an excellent play by Duke and an excellent play by Lummy Young. I get what Hunter Johnson's trying to do there. He's trying to give enough time for his receiver to come open on that pick route, but you got to give up on the play or scramble to create the time for that route to develop. One or the other. You can't just stand there. You certainly have to protect the football.
And another grab for Jake Bobo ahead of the All-America safety Brandon Joseph. And here's Duke on the march again with just better than 6 to go in this opening period. Play fake. Deep shot downfield. That's Jarrett Garner, and he's overthrown. A.J. Hampton was with him in coverage.
You just feel, though, Wes, like there's a lot of confidence on this Duke offense. Both from Gunnar Holmberg. The offensive line is blocking like they've been issued a challenge of physicality. Even the play calls from Jeff Ferris, the offensive coordinator, just feels like a confident group that is in a rhythm. They've got a good feel of what Northwestern's going to do. They've got answers.
See, Jordan Waters is checked in now with Holmberg for second in the full 10. And a quick throw to Waters out of the backfield. And he will get to midfield and pushed out of bounds by Hurd, along with Bryce Gallagher, the middle linebacker.
Gunnar Holmberg's been perfect on third down to this point. You've got a 3rd and 5 going with tempo. Northwestern struggling to line up.
Waters stays in the game. Wildcats only bring 3. There's a quick throw, and he was looking for Marweedy, the tight end.
If you're David Cutcliffe here, we'll see
why
if this
would
ball
you?
is spotted. I think I'd go for it.
Yeah.
Offense is playing with a lot of confidence right now. Your defense is playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Now Mullen into the ball game. Here comes Durant for Waters. Northwestern's going to bring Sean McLaughlin in at one of the end spots here.
Adetomiwa Adebayor, number 99, was taking his sweet time getting off the field.
Soft jog.
Yeah, barely.
Here's 4th and a yard and a half. Durant, first down and more. Toward the Northwestern 41 goes Mataeo Durant. And the drive alive for Coach Cutt and his Blue Devils.
Absolutely love the decision to go for it. Love the call. Just a quick inside zone play up the middle. Mataeo Durant finds a little seam, is able to get you the first down.
What did Pat Fitzgerald say earlier this week? Durant impresses him with his vision, but also his ability to attack the soft spot.
Yep.
He knows where the spot is, and he gets there.
Yeah, and when he puts his foot in the ground, he's got as good acceleration as anybody in the conference.
He's out. Waters back in. Holmberg clutched it and then tried to zip it inside to Eli Pancol and a marker down. I think this might be pass interference on Northwestern.
Legal downfield. No.
Ineligible?
Yep.
Back to our favorite call, huh?
Absolutely. Apparently a focus this season.
Ineligible downfield. Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty.
That is Mark
Repeat first down.
Klaczynski and Maurice McIntyre of the Blue Devils.
Watch the left guard, number 71. Goes down, gets up the field. Yeah, you find yourself drifting there around 5 yards.
Oh, he knew it.
He knew it.
He knew it.
He looked around. He's like, whoa, I am far from home.
Here's Holmberg. Got to make a quick throw. This is Waters looking for a block on the perimeter. Got some help, but not nearly enough to get around Trevor Kent, who wrapped him up. And Duke stays in this no huddle set, Roddy. I think it's been pretty good to him in the opening period.
It has been. They've, again, found a lot of rhythm in this game offensively. This really the first adversity that I can remember with their 1st and 15, now 2nd and 14.
Holmberg looking for his 11th completion here. Dances around in the pocket, now back here to the near side and slips it in the middle of the field to Bobo, who picks up the first down. 15-yard throw, a little now you see me, now you don't.
Well, it's a really good job of the Northwestern defensive line of keeping Gunnar Holmberg in the pocket, but a better job of the offensive line, keeping those defensive linemen off the quarterback where he can just maneuver and work and then find the receiver that he has been most comfortable with this year, Jake Bobo.
3 catches, 43 yards for Bobo. We had a funny discussion with Jeff Ferris yesterday, the Duke offensive coordinator, about Holmberg and Bobo's pass and catch combination through 2 ball games. Here's Holmberg on a play fake, in trouble, and is sacked. Northwestern has stepped it up, and that time they got there with Jeffrey Pooler, the West Virginia transfer.
He's up against Graham Barton, the guy that we highlighted earlier, who did an excellent job on that little flare pass to Mataeo Durant. That time gets beat by Pooler.
So here's the snap after the sack, and now Holmberg going to keep. He'll ride a Waters block, and Gunnar Holmberg inside the 20. 1st and 10 for Duke at the Northwestern 17-yard line.
Again, an excellent call by Jeff Ferris. You raise up and watch the size of this hole. Defensive lineman run right by, and then it's Waters on the linebacker. You don't have to get much. Just get a little piece, get your quarterback by. It's a first down for Duke.
Blue Devils get back into what you would call their regular personnel here. 1 back, 1 tight end, and we get a timeout asked for by Pat Fitzgerald. Here with 2.5 to go in the first period.
30-second timeout.
Duke has dominated this first 15 minutes so far, including forcing a turnover by Northwestern on their best possession of the day. Don't forget, following us tonight, we'll send you 8 miles down 15501 to Kenan Stadium. ACC primetime football presented by Geico. The South's oldest rivalry, Virginia and number 21 North Carolina tonight. Dave O'Brien, Tim Hasselbeck, Kelsey Riggs standing by along with our friends from the huddle. Yep. Roddy?
Yeah, got a chance to catch up with those guys last night.
Yep.
Hotel room. Did not get the scouting report that it was going to be blazing hot, but
yeah, they were over there early for the, they caught a little bit of noon heat today.
It's going to be a fun game, though, tonight. 2 of the best quarterbacks in the ACC. The best quarterback in the ACC this year has been Brennan Armstrong.
Right.
been lighting it up.
12th play of the drive for Duke. Trying to cash in on this turnover. And Durant out of the timeout. Cuts back inside at the 15, and forward he goes to the 11. It'll be a 6-yard run before Bergen, the linebacker. 245 career tackles coming into today for Chris Bergen from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan.
These Northwestern linebackers, I mean, the offensive line of Duke's been a nice job getting up to them, but when they've tried to shoot the gaps, they haven't been able to get there.
And Durant around the edge again, fumbled the ball into the end zone, and Northwestern has recovered, I believe, before it bounced out of the back, and it did. Brandon Joseph comes up with the loose change on the back line. And a turnover for the Wildcats.
It's one of those finally plays, if you're a Northwestern fan, finally something goes your way. After the turnover by your quarterback, Mataeo Durant has an opportunity get close to the end zone. A nice job there on the edge. Looked like number 34, Xander Mueller, that punched that ball out. Gallagher on the inside. Excuse me, that was 24, Rod Hurd, that punched it out. Gallagher coming from the inside, and you see he actually punches it. I mean, that is a full-on coached move right there. An excellent job by Hurd.
Yep.
He knows he's going to get the linebacker securing the tackle, take a swipe at the ball, and he ends up making a play for his team.
So Joseph, who's got 6 career interceptions a year ago, picks up the fumble in the end zone. Northwestern starts from its 20 with Hull plunging into the line. As we're inside the final 2 minutes of what's been a pretty fast and eventful first quarter of play.
Very eventful. And mark that one down if you're Duke. You are basically on the 3-yard line going in. If you get tackled right at that spot, ends up being a turnover in the end zone. Let's see if Northwestern can take advantage.
Johnson, a little play fake, dumps it to Hull here at the near side, and boy, what a lick that was. Goodness. Dorian Mausi dropping the hammer.
So running back, I always hated these. When the linebacker has the angle on you, you're there on the sideline, you just put your head down and try and go. And wow, I saw a play like that the other day called for targeting.
Yep. Here is Hull slipping through, and a flag gets thrown in. And I think we'll have hold on the Wildcats here.
Holding. Offense number 69. 10-yard
So the
penalty.
hold
Repeat first down.
is on Parmelli, I believe. Or no, Schmidt.
Wes, I'm a little surprised that play before wasn't paused, at least to look at a little bit more for targeting.
Right.
Especially if you're a Northwestern fan. I mean, that's a 15-yard bump that you would have gotten. And with Northwestern going at tempo, the replay officials are looking at it, so they are checking to see if they should stop it. I'm surprised they didn't stop it to take a longer look.
Yep. First and long out of the penalty. Quick throw by Johnson. Intercepted on the backside. Jeremiah Lewis at the 10. And flags are thrown as Lewis is tackled at the 3. Third career interception for Lewis, his first of the year. I think the flag's going to be for a block in the back on the return. And they've spotted the marker at the 16, so the math from there would push it back out beyond the 25, I think.
The interception, and during the return, personal foul, illegal blindside block.
Oh.
Return team number 99 will penalize 15 yards from the spot of the foul. It will be Duke's ball, 1st and 10.
So Lewis, the interception, will stand.
So first off, let's watch the routes. You're going to see it to the top of the screen. The receiver's going to come inside. Hunter Johnson throws it like he's expecting him to go outside. Then you get the interception, and the illegal blindside block comes after this, but get the receiver going in. Jeremiah Lewis comes out. The illegal blindside block happened just before you saw him go by. Let's see if we can see that here. The illegal blindside block was a big play, but again, like, just a lot of momentum gone from Northwestern side.
Holmberg and wide open Durant at the 15, tackled inside the 10 at the 9 by Azama. 22-yard throw, and just like that, we're at 1st and goal again, Roddy, for Duke.
Once again, Duke's got the right play call against that defense. Mataeo Durant, nobody takes him up the sideline. Duke's right back where they started.
And here is Jordan Moore in now at quarterback, the young man from Maryland. Early enrollee whose offensive package gets a little better every week. And here's Moore around the edge and into the end zone. Just like that. Boy, they make it look easy. So 2 snaps after the interception, Duke's in the end zone with their 3rd score in 4 possessions.
Duke's offense has Northwestern's defense on their heels. Seems like every button they're trying to push is working. This time you bring in the freshman Jordan Moore. He scored on his first, on a big run on his first college play. That one not nearly as long, but it didn't have to be because it ended in the end zone.
Charlie Ham's point after is good. 21-0, the Blue Devils.
And the Mataeo Durant fumble doesn't come back to hurt him at all. They get the turnover, you get more going around the left side. Nobody keeps contained. It's as easy as it gets. Duke's offensive line has done an excellent job getting to the next level, getting to the perimeter to throw these blocks. Jake Bobo fired up with his quarterback. And the coaches are really excited about that young man.
Hey, Blue Devils have been in the quick strike mode.
Yeah, they have.
Scoring drives of 51 seconds, 116 and 29 seconds, Roddy.
And at this point, if you're Duke, the big thing that you want to do, number one, offensively, you got to keep the pedal on the metal, pedal to the metal. You got to keep the pressure on Northwestern on defense. But when Duke's defense takes the field, I think you do the same thing. You keep the pressure on Northwestern. Hunter Johnson is a little rattled at this point. He had the fumble, he had the interception.
Right.
So keep the pressure on him.
And Gunnar Holmberg, a nice first half, 12 of 15, 169 and a touchdown.
Very efficient.
Yep. Here is Charlie Ham again trying to hang it up for Ray Nairo. It'll be through the back of the end zone. Northwestern starts from its 25, Larisha.
Well, Roddy, you said how excited the coaches are about the freshman quarterback, Jordan Moore, and they definitely are excited about him. And they even said he's wired a little differently. That's because he comes from a military family. His dad recently retired from the military. His sister goes to Army. And they said, you know, if you coach him in a serious way, if you go hard at him, he loves it. And the coaches also say he's serious about going into some branch of the service once he actually finishes playing football.
He's serious about scoring, too. Anthony Tyus in the ballgame at the running back spot. A cutback frees Tyus across the 30. And taken down for a first down at the Northwestern 36-yard line. So an 11-yard run before Jalen Stinson. Down from the safety spot. And that will be the final play of this opening period. It's been all Blue Devils. Duke held Northwestern to 3 and outs on their first 2 series. And they responded with a pair of touchdowns. Mataeo Durant caught a pass and has scored on the ground. 36, and the first down give is to Anthony Tyus, and he got hit right by Ben Fry. Fry has been in the mix a lot here early.
The amount of penetration that this defensive line has been able to get, and that's against Skoronski, Peter Skoronski, the left tackle they're really excited about. But it's got to be alarming for Northwestern. Hunter Johnson has been under incredible pressure. And in the run game, this defensive line has lived in the backfield.
See, they move a tight end in motion. 3 receivers. That is Nairo in motion. Now they're going to try and throw, and it's intercepted. Lummy Young has come up with another one. Forced to fumble. Now's picked one from Hunter Johnson.
And Hunter Johnson just picks the wrong throw for that receiver, for that route. Lummy Young is sprinting under the route, but if you put it over, if you put some air under it, now you're going to have to get it down before the safety gets there, but if you put some air under it, you've got a shot to hit your receiver. He tries to zip it in there, and it gives Young an opportunity to make the pick. It's an excellent play by Lummy Young, flipping his hips, great ball skills, but Hunter Johnson, just the wrong throw in that situation.
3 turnovers. 2 3 and outs, and then a fumble, an interception, now another interception. And Jordan Moore has come back in at quarterback for Duke, who starts from the Northwestern 49-yard line with Mataeo Durant. And Moore going to keep it, tries to shift, and falls forward for a yard. Well done by Peter McIntyre, the Wildcats linebacker.
See how many snaps Jordan Moore gets here. He definitely provides a spark. Will they trust him to throw the football? That's going to be a big question. So I think Northwestern's going to load up to stop the running quarterback.
Yep. So here's Moore. He is going to throw right in the seam. Cole Finley, the big tight end, inside the 15 of the Wildcats. Brandon Joseph knocked him down around the 12.
Well, you've got a safety and a linebacker over the slot receiver. Nobody's there to account for Finney up the seam. Jordan Moore delivers an excellent throw. I mean, that's the easy pitch and catch.
36-yard throw. Here's the fake toss, and now Moore trying to pick a spot and goes nowhere. Right into a stack. Jeffrey Pooler, who made one play behind the line, has one at the line of scrimmage here for the Wildcats.
I have loved the play calling by Duke today. I mean, every single time Northwestern makes an adjustment, Duke adjusts back with a big play.
2nd down and 10. Moore running all the way here inside the 10. Will get maybe push the 8. Gain of about 5.
Watch this. You're going to see Finney on the right side of your screen. Nobody's there to account for him. It's a 2-safety look, and either a linebacker's got to carry that guy up the seam, or you've got to have somebody coming from outside to account for him.
Big 3rd and 7 here for Duke, and Moore hits the cutback and falls forward to the 5.
Again, if I'm David Cutcliffe, I think you've got a 4th and 2 here. Go for it. He's going to take the points, but man, tough not to mash the gas here, Wes.
Yep.
They've been able to do everything. It's a little bit further than 2. It's about 4th and no, it's about 2. Just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, here's Charlie Ham, who's made a field goal last week against North Carolina A&T of 36 yards. This is 23. Jackson Hubbard will hold. John Taylor handles the snaps. And the try is away from Ham, and it is good. 23-yard field goal. Duke has scored in 4 of their 5 possessions.
Hearing loss was getting in the way of my daily life. Lively hearing aids have been a game changer for me. The process with Lively is insanely easy. You take a hearing test on your computer, the doctor programs it, it shows up at your house a few days later. You can stream calls or music through it. It's got multiple settings, audio adjustments so you can raise and lower the levels, but it's a fraction of the cost of the other devices. It's instilled some confidence I didn't have before.
Try Lively risk-free for 100 days. Visit listenlively.com.
Selling on Poshmark is crazy simple. All you have to do is post a picture, add a description, add a price, and you're pretty much good to go. Right now I'm selling Air Jordans and Nikes and Adidas, anything really performance related or style related.
Download the free Poshmark app now.
These are Tecovas boots. They're everything a Western boot should be. If a mountain of 5-star reviews doesn't blaze a trail for you, our craftsmanship and style will. Quality and confidence, shipped right to your door. Find your pair at tecovas.com.
Miami has its own special energy. This is especially true in Coral Gables, a college town gone international. Miami, I'm here for the U.
The greatest breakthrough in oral care just got even better. With Waterpik Sonic Fusion 2.0, you can brush and floss at the same time. With 2 times the bristle speed and superior flossing power, it cleans deep between teeth and below the gum line. Clinically proven to be up to twice as effective as regular brushing and flossing for removing plaque and improving gum health. So upgrade your oral care with the world's first flossing toothbrush. Go online or ask your dental professional about Waterpik Sonic Fusion.
Your car keys are sometimes hard to find. A missing sock? Always hard to find. A Bigfoot? Really hard to find. But finding the perfect product to wow your customers or celebrate your team? Easy. Just go to 4imprint.com. A team with the passion and know-how to ensure your logo looks great on products people use and love. Find the perfect products to create meaningful connections at 4imprint.com. 4imprint. For certain.
Well, Duke is +2 takeaway giveaway The 3 turnovers by Northwestern have produced 10 points for the Blue Devils, the latest the Charlie Ham field goal, Roddy.
And look at where Duke has been over the past few seasons. I mean, when you are double digits in the negative in turnovers, it absolutely kills you. And it's not because they weren't creating them. It's because they were turning the ball over. 39 turnovers a year ago. And Matt Carreri, the defensive coordinator, who's kind of hit, there he is. Nice. He's got to be pleased with what he's seen. 3 takeaways for his team here today.
All action.
All
Matt
action.
Carreri.
A lot of excitement. Both of these coordinators.
Yeah, he
Young,
and Jeff Ferris both.
Very exciting. Ray Boyette, throw him in there, too.
Oh, yeah. Your old battle mate, right?
Yeah, there you go.
End over end kick. Nairo going to get a chance here inside the 5 for Northwestern. And, whoa, flipped over at the 15. Blue Devils did a nice job with it.
Let's take a look at these turnovers. You get Lummy Young coming off the right side to create the first one. Hunter Johnson fumbles it. Ben Fry picks it up. And then it's just an errant throw. Jeremiah Lewis picks this one off. A little bit of miscommunication between quarterback and receiver. He almost returns that one for a touchdown. And then this last one, Lummy Young getting under the wheel route. Flips the hips, picks it off. And Duke has been a ball magnet on the defensive side of the football.
Yep. Andrew Clare's coming as a running back. Johnson on the toss. Clare trying to go to the backside of the play and breaks through. Nice running by Clare and knocked out of bounds around the 40-yard line by Nate Thompson. Good hard run by the grad student from St. Louis, Missouri, Andrew Clare of 25 yards.
If it wasn't for Nate Young, he'd have been going for a lot more. Look at the two offensive linemen getting out front. Those blocks on the perimeter spring Clare, and Northwestern, a little bit of momentum to start this drive.
Yep, enough to produce that lane. Here's Johnson, and Hunter Johnson going to try and keep it, and that goes nowhere. Jamian Franklin, the Notre Dame transfer, pulls him down behind the line.
It's a nice play by Franklin, and you know, I like the run call to start this drive. We haven't really seen Northwestern try and go big and play big boy ball with Duke. I mean, they tried to run the ball, but it's mostly out of 11 or 12 personnel. A little surprised we haven't seen some of those 3 tight end sets.
Here's Johnson looking left, going to throw to Clare, and that got measured by Blackwell, who hit Clare on the button. And Andrew Clare stood his ground and scrambles back for a couple of more yards.
Well, Clare keeping his feet there. Ooh. That's a big hit. Northwestern's probably expecting man-to-man coverage. They don't get it. They get zone. Blackwell had him wrapped up too, but 5'11", 202 proves hard to bring down.
Yep.
Multiple Blue Devils getting in on that one.
Clare threw a stunner at Blackwell.
Yeah, he did. All right, big question here. Can Northwestern pick up the pressure that Duke's going to send? You're going to get man-to-man across the board, it looks like. And how did they miss the false start?
Wildcats 2 of 5 on 3rd down. Back foot throw, Johnson, and it's broken up. Jalen Stinson, former javelin champion in high school in Opelika, Alabama. Roddy.
I did know that.
Uh-huh.
Northwestern had a receiver with a little bit of a stutter before the play. Didn't end up mattering because Jalen Stinson able to knock that ball down on 3rd and long.
4 plays. Here's Adams now to punt. Came in averaging 41-1, which was good enough for 6th in the Big Ten through 2 weeks. And Boylan is deep to return for Duke. And will fair catch it right around the 10-yard line. We get a break in the action at Wallace. He's put this thing together at Duke, and it's seen different kind of evolutions along the way.
Yeah, it has. When he got here a couple years before, they were 0-12, so 15 wins in his first 4 seasons without a bowl appearance. But he was building towards something, Wes. And I saw it live and in person. And when I left, this team was turning it around in 2011, 2012. You saw there the bowl appearances, the records, and then the past couple seasons have not been the best. The reason that their expectations at Duke on the football field are because of David Cutcliffe. And he'll be the first to tell you they have not met those expectations the past 2 seasons.
Yep. Here's Gunnar Holmberg, 1st down give. Oh, a little cutback, Mataeo Durant, and across the 25 goes Durant. Out near the 28-yard line before Brandon Joseph. A couple of talented guys meeting one-on-one there.
Durant sees the cut on the backside, puts his foot in the ground and gets north. That's where he is so good.
And he'll get it again and runs right into a linebacker. That was Peter McIntyre. and takes him for 2 to the 30. The thing you like about Durant, Roddy, the balance, the vision, the shiftiness, and also the toughness.
Yeah.
I mean, those 2 plays right there show you the full catalog.
Yeah, they absolutely do.
Holmberg, quick throw, perimeter throw. Calhoun trying to make a guy miss. And Northwestern does a good job wrapping up. Bergen on Jalen Calhoun.
It's been a good mix of run and pass from Duke, and just when you think you can start to cheat a defender down towards the box to stop Mataeo Durant, they toss it out on that extended handoff. Just a little bubble.
3rd and 8. Back foot throw. Holmberg into traffic trying to go to Jarrett Garner. And A.J. Hampton got a hand in. And for the first time today, Duke is sidetracked here a little bit. In fact, the Blue Devils are going to punt for the first time. And we'll get a look at Porter Wilson.
Yeah, it's a good play there at the corner position. You'd love to see Gardner push a little bit more and have a little bit more space to come back to that, but you got to give credit on the other side. It's an excellent play.
ACC's best punter is Wilson at 45 yards. And Brandon Joseph is deep to take this punt. Wilson hangs it high toward the numbers on the far side and out of bounds. So no return for support and honor great teachers across the country at games and on social media. So far, the donation totals $20,000. And to learn more about Extra Yard for Teachers, follow at CFP Extra Yard. Out of the punt, here's the give to Hull around the edge. Best run of the day for Hull. And knocked out of bounds in Blue Devil territory back at the 45.
It's 2 drives in a row. They've had success going to the perimeter for a run play. Once again, you get 2 pullers out front, and Hull turns on the jets, gets around Jamark Woods. Is able to get up the sideline.
14-yard run. Here's Hunter Johnson in Northwestern with under 9 to go. He'll throw to Hull. Or beg your pardon, that is the tight end. And Lang, who holds on to it and brought down at the 41, and now a flag has come in behind that. And it looks like the Blue Devils might have been a little overzealous. Christian Rory was on that stack, 99, for Coach Cutt's team. And Mark Klaczynski.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 99. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down. This is number 9's first unsportsmanlike of the game.
You see Rory. I don't know. Either they got the wrong number or it was before that happened. There was nothing wrong with that.
Ball to the 26 after the penalty. Here's Johnson looking to throw. Running out of landscape and finally out of bounds. Shoved out back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a couple. Aeneas Peoples, sophomore from nearby Raleigh, was in full pursuit.
He's trying to turn the corner, but just throw it away. Don't cost your team a couple yards by running out of bounds. That's a sack too, Wes. Just throw the ball away. These yards are important. The offense has struggled.
All of a sudden, 2nd and 12 now for Northwestern. Johnson on another play fake, backs up, throws, intercepted. Leonard Johnson comes away with his 5th career interception.
4th turnover the first half. Hunter Johnson coming back to ACC play, and you can kind of see that the pressure has gotten to him. He's backpedaling the entire time before he throws that. There's no pressure in front of him, and then just wings it, locks onto the receiver, doesn't look at all at where the flat defender's going, and once again, flat defender ends up right under it. It ends up being cover 2. The corner's sitting right there. Backs up, and boom, and you saw Johnson as he's wandering back further and further. As he throws, he's throwing it off his back foot. Leonard Johnson's there the whole time. Ball ends up right in his hands.
4 turnovers in the last 5 possessions for Northwestern. And a miserable first half for Hunter Johnson. Here's Holmberg to the left. And Bobo the catch. There is a flag down. And ooh, Jake Bobo went down awkwardly.
That's an interesting
under the
play,
Wildcat pursuit of Cameron Mitchell.
You got a quick sprint out away from the back. That's an interesting little look to the quarterback's left. You don't see that a lot.
Illegal formation. Offense, more than 4 men in the backfield. Number 62 was not lined up on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So a detail penalty, the third of the day on Duke. And back to the 17 it will go for first down. Holmberg is 13 of 17, Roddy. They take away the catch there for 170. And here's a little tunnel screen, and Calhoun trying to go to work. Spins from one, a stiff arm of another to the 23.
It's a pretty exciting 6-yard gain.
A little bit of everything for Jalen Calhoun, right?
Yeah, you got Chris Bergen and Peter McIntyre on the tackle, and it took a number of Northwestern defenders to even get to that point.
You got the B button,
Yep.
the X button.
Yep, the left trigger.
Yeah, left trigger.
All of it.
Yep. Here is Durant cutting back. Mataeo shy of the first down. Azuma the tackle out of the secondary. Roddy, Durant runs so well that sometimes does he get ahead of himself if he keeps it to the right there, if he doesn't worry about cutting it back and just keep pressing the side? I mean, do you have to think about that as a running back?
Yeah, you do. Typically on third downs. On a second down, you give him a break for trying to make a big play.
Here's Durant left side, and he will plow across to the 33. That's a first down.
But part of being a running back is knowing when to take those chances. Sometimes you're going to get them, and sometimes you don't. But as a running back coach, as long as it's not a third down and it's costing you a first down or a turnover, then you let your running back try and do that because he'll break his fair share of those.
Durant's got 89 yards on 10 carries, a rushing score and a receiving score in this first half. Long count from Holmberg. Play fake, pressure coming. Able to elude the pressure. Now looking for some help, and will throw it out of bounds. Smartly done. Closest receiver over there was Harding. Adabare, the defensive end, was the guy pressuring Gunnar Holmberg. And the reason I ask is because we hear about quarterbacks forget the throw, go to the next play, right? Yep. And with a running back, same mentality.
It's the same thing. You know, as people will quickly remind you, Barry Sanders has the most career negative rushes of all time. But you live with that because those chances that he takes, he breaks his fair share.
Jordan Waters back in the ballgame in the backfield. And this is another screen, and Pankow up the field to the 40. It'll be third and about 3 for Duke as we go inside of 6 minutes to play in this first half. The Blue Devils, who lost at Charlotte to open the season, came back last week and quite frankly struggled early against North Carolina A&T. Sam Washington's done a nice job with the Aggies at FCS. And here is Gunnar Holmberg on a keep, and he's got the first down, sliding shy of midfield to keep the drive alive on a nice hard run for the Blue Devils. And it's been all royal blue here in this first half.
100% of it. And the blocking, the mobility of this offensive line has been on full display.
Holmberg from the pocket, and the throw caught Bobo, and into Northwestern territory at the 46 is where he's finally tracked.
Jake Bobo has been getting a workout in terms of catches, leads the league in catches per game, at least was tied for it coming into this game.
There's another throw, Bobo another catch, and he will go to the 40. Big hit from Azuma.
Watch this route by Jake Bobo. He's on the outside. You see the stutter, and then the press back towards the quarterback, back down the stem, catch the football. It's an excellent job.
I bet the discussion with Jeff Ferris and his quarterback and wide receiver about their supply of throw and catch in the first couple of games was interesting this week, because it looks pretty good, by the way.
Well, at times, we talked to him about it yesterday, and he said, sometimes Gunnar just likes to go to Jake. Doesn't always, it's not always the read, but.
Here's 3 straight. And the ball caught shy of the 35. So Bobo on the back end, and 7 catches, 79 and a career high for Bobo. And here is the work of Jordan Waters down the near sideline. Did he step out? No, he is in bounds and brought down shy of the 5. He tiptoed the near sideline at around the 20.
Duke has looked like the more prepared team. They look like the more physical team, and here they look like the faster team. See the pursuit coming from inside out. 16, Brandon Joseph's not able to get there. Number 32, Bryce Gallagher's not able to get there. Finally, they corral him. They're going to check it. Yeah, I think he probably stepped out of bounds.
I think he borrowed a piece of the sideline around the 20.
It's all right. Hey, you run until the whistle blows.
And out of bounds he goes at the 18, Roddy.
Yeah, that's the foot that gets you. But check this run out against Charlotte. Anytime we've got a chance to see a guy get bodied on a stiff arm, we're going to do it. Get out of here. Get off me. No, sir. No, thank you. Take some forearm with your missed tackle. Gotta love that, man.
I mean, we are seeing a lot of running back love here today by you, number 20. I mean, we're getting a lot of RB love here.
A lot of chances, but when I do, we go full in.
Here's Durant on the first down play from the 18, picking up 4, ahead of Trevor Kent. And the tackle by the Wildcats. Now, Mateo lost a helmet, so that means Waters gets plugged right back in.
All right, if you're Northwestern's defense, you got to think, look, we are down 4 scores now, and it feels like we have 7 years to go. But if we come up with a stop here and can keep them to 3, you're still down 4 scores. You can't give up a touchdown.
12th play of the drive, and Waters a couple more to the 11. Miser the stop for Northwestern.
Got Jordan Moore back in there to take the snap. They've gone quarterback run a lot, but they snuck the tight end up the seam once.
Dalmolin is the tight end, kind of hedged as a wing back to the left, and here goes Moore around the edge looking for help, and it's going to be close. He had to break the 8 to get the first down. You going, Roddy?
I would. Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to get the ball to start second half.
Yeah, Gunnar Holmberg's coming back in. You're up 4 scores, and the only thing that really changes that dynamic is a touchdown. So I like the fact that David Cutcliffe has his offense on the field, and you mentioned it. Even if you don't get it, you still have that opportunity. I think you go for it.
Durant in the backfield. Marwedes come in as a tight end to join Dalmolin. You see the 2 receivers to the near side. And now Duke wants a timeout.
Timeout, Duke. This is their second of the half.
Bobo and Harding were the receivers. And with 2:21 to go, David Cutcliffe burns his timeout. Don't forget, coming up, State Farm halftime report. We'll take you over to Kenan Stadium in Chapel Hill. Jordan Cornette, Eric McClain, E.J. Manuel, Coach Rick. With our coverage from Chapel Hill, they'll preview tonight's Carolina-Virginia game that follows us. A look at this first half. And other conference matchups underway, including Georgia Tech and Clemson and Florida State Wake Forest in Winston-Salem. All that coming up at the break on the State Farm halftime report.
Boys got a tough job today, man. They got a tough job today.
Because of the heat?
After the heat and the early results in the league, there has been no heat until this Duke team came to play. But field goal team on the field, and look, you can never argue with the points, but man, I liked where he was going with that. I really did.
Ham, who hit earlier from 23, this will be from 27 with 2:21 to play. And Charlie's kick is good. So a 27-yard field goal makes it 27-0. Well, if we're going to start, let's go back to last night. Jalen Alderman and a wild finish at Cardinal Stadium, Roddy.
As wild to finish as you'll see. Louisville's got hope because they've got the football. You get an interception by Malik Cunningham. UCF gets the football back. They've got hope, and then a pick 6 to win it for Louisville. What an awesome, awesome game that was. I was asleep for it, so I had to catch it this morning.
Yeah.
But West Virginia beating Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's offense struggling in that football game.
Tough noon starts today.
Ooh, Miami, they've got some questions to answer. They were dominated by Michigan State.
Yep, and Pittsburgh takes a loss as well to Western Michigan.
That's not a good loss. That's a bad loss for Pat Narduzzi's group.
Yep. Syracuse did win for the second time. Sean Tucker, another big day, 132 yards, 4 scores. They put 62. But Albany, by the way, touchdown and recovered an onside kick and punched another score in late.
Ooh.
To make it a 38-point margin.
Great Danes.
First meeting ever between those two schools. It's been all Duke in this first half. 2:16 to go. Ham will hang it high. And Nairo will offer the fair catch. So Northwestern will scrimmage for its 8th possession off its 25. Don't forget, tomorrow is Sunday Best on ACC Network. We'll bring you a double dip of field hockey. All of it ranked. 21 ranked UMass and number 15 Wake Forest from Winston-Salem. And then number 2 Iowa and number 5 Louisville. High noon the start right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. One app, one tap.
And Wes, you're getting Andrew Marty, the senior, coming out at quarterback position for Northwestern. 2:16 left and 2 timeouts.
Yeah, first appearance of the year from Marty, who slings it to the far side, and it is caught. A diving catch by Malik Washington at the 38.
What a confidence throw deep out to the field. Marty's able to sling it there into a tight space, get a completion.
And a 2-minute run here going for Northwestern. Marty going to cut another one loose and overthrows Washington there and almost picked Isaiah Fisher-Smith. He keeps running, the young man from Greensboro, North Carolina. He runs into an interception.
He didn't quite have a judgment on the football, thought that the receiver might be able to get to it, but it was clearly overthrown. As you said, if he keeps running and trusts his judgment of the ball, he probably picks that.
Mm-hmm. Marty again from the gun. He'll flip it to Hull. He's wide open at the 45. He'll cross midfield before he is tackled. That's R.J. Oben, the defensive end, who's been off to a good start to begin this 2021 campaign, making the play at the 45.
Northwestern didn't have much of a choice, but I like them being aggressive with the backup coming in.
Yep, here is Hull on the carry. Splits the right side, has 10, has 15 to the 30. And Northwestern now, Roddy, with 1:42 to go, and they stop the clock to move the chains. Has some real momentum here.
Yeah, and I'd expect Duke now to go back into what they were doing. Press man, you're bringing your starters in.
Here's Marty in trouble and incomplete. Dwayne Carter, Aeneas Peoples bearing down.
Trying to set up a screen to Hull and actually had it, but let's look at Aeneas Peoples coming up the middle. See him.
Wow.
He's kind of let go by the. I mean, the offensive linemen aren't exactly trying to block him, and they're letting him through on the screen. It was beautiful, but it was like doing it on one of those dummies. He just stands there with his arms out.
Sam Jarrett, the center. Here is Marty again, dancing in the pocket, wide open, middle of the field, and caught for the touchdown. Jacob Gill. Wildcats on the board with 1:25 to go in this first half on the 31-yard throw.
How about the poise by Marty, just moving around in the pocket until eventually Gill comes wide open up the middle of the field. Marty slinging it on that drive.
Yes, he was.
Give this offense a little bit of confidence going into halftime.
6 plays, 75 yards, and under a minute go the Wildcats to the scoreboard. Point after is good. 27-7 the count now.
See Gill there in the slot, little stutter, and just goes right up the middle. Finds a soft spot in that zone. The safety split. There's nobody there for Jacob Gill. And gets a touchdown. And now the question for Duke is, how aggressive are you? 125 with 1 timeout. I think I'd expect David Cutcliffe to just come out and hand it off. You get a big play, and then maybe you press the gas. But Northwestern finally with some momentum, getting the ball in the end zone. Andrew Marty fired up.
3rd touchdown pass of Marty's career. He threw for 2 scores in 2019, Roddy, and appeared in 3 ball games last year for these Wildcats. But he'll get on the phone with Mike Pajakian, the offensive coordinator, who's got to be pretty pleased with the way the young man from Cincinnati responded to the first possession.
Yeah, absolutely. And Duke came out with some of their reserves in the ball game. He let Andrew Marty get some confidence, and then a busted coverage, and you're able to get the touchdown.
So a 6-play drive. And Charlie Kubander will kick it away for the Wildcats. So the first time Northwestern's had any shred of positivity in this opening half. And here is Stinson from inside the 5 on the return. He tries to cut it back. Oh, makes a move, 25-30, and Stinson to the 36-yard line. Gave you a little bit of the toolbox, Roddy.
Gave you a little bit of the sauce, not just a little bit. He was passing out sauce like it was going out of style. You get a sample, you get a sample. But let's take a look at what the Northwestern quarterbacks have done today. Hunter Johnson struggled in his time out, 6 of 16, those 3 interceptions and the fumble down close to the goal line. 4 turnovers for the starter, Hunter Johnson. You see what Marty was able to do on his last drive. 3 of 5, driving him down for a touchdown.
Meanwhile, Mataeo Durant back to work, closing in on 100 yards here in the first half. And he'll push that for 5, and the Blue Devils right to the line now with 65 seconds to go. Holmberg, quick throw, great catch. Marweedy, first down at the 44 of Northwestern.
Jake Marweedy doesn't come down with that. Brandon Joseph, the safety, was lurking, just waiting for it to be an overthrow.
Quick snap with 50 seconds left. Holmberg against a 4-man press, and incomplete, looking for Calhoun on the crossing route. Stops the clock with 45 seconds left. Duke's got 1 timeout. And we'll get the ball to start the second half.
Trying the old double dip here. Off coverage down to the bottom, 1-on-1.
That's in the neighborhood of Harding, who catches it at the 40. And Daryl Harding tracked down to the 37-yard line. A.J. Hampton there for Northwestern.
This is, I mean, it's a 2-minute situation, and A.J. Hampton's giving Daryl Harding 10-yard cushion.
Now they're going to run Durant, and he will fall forward for the first down. Stops the clock with 24 seconds left. So here we are at the close of the half again, Roddy. How many snaps left? Clock starts running, 19-18. Northwestern now. See, in Northwestern, David Cutcliffe's going to call the timeout, and he's not happy.
That's one of those times where the gamesmanship comes into it.
Right.
And if you're Duke, to prevent that, you just don't sub.
That's it.
Because when you substitute, they get time to run as many guys as they want.
And that's why David Cutcliffe's not happy. His team subbed, and then Northwestern did an inventory.
Which you know, it's like the old milking the clock in soccer. Like you get a foul, you go down, you take your time getting up.
Yep.
Now the referees that should encourage the defense to hurry up a little bit. But those big fellas take time to get off the field. And if they want to send 6 of them off and 6 on, they've got time to do that. So frustrating time for Duke. 10 seconds ran off the clock just then.
Well, Gunnar Holmberg has had a really good first half. 20 of 26 for 221. And the touchdown pass to Durant that started the scoring. Mataeo Durant's got 13 carries, 102, and a score on the ground and in the air.
How about that? Gunnar Holmberg's done a nice job really this entire season, taking care of the football, taking what the defense gives him.
Yep.
Except for when it's going to Jake Bobo, and those have been mostly completions. So
Bobo, top of your screen as we rejoin you from Wallace Wade. Out of the Duke timeout. Remember, Duke's out of timeouts now with 13 seconds left, and now Pat Fitzgerald calls a timeout.
Of course.
This will be a full 1-minute timeout.
So while Coach Fitz talks to his group, a reminder following our coverage from Duke. ACC Primetime Football presented by Geico. Virginia and number 21 North Carolina Cavaliers have won 4 straight from the Tar Heels. Dave O'Brien, Tim Hasselbeck, Kelsey Riggs standing by tonight to have that one for you. And here's a look at Sam Howell and Brennan Armstrong. And Roddy, as you pointed out correctly, through the first couple of weeks, the guy for the Cavaliers has been the most impressive quarterback in this league.
I mean, he'll likely top 1,000 yards after 3 games, after the game tonight. 4th in the country in touchdown passes. And look, Sam Howell last week was fantastic. Had over 300 yards passing, 136 rushing. It's going to be an excellent quarterback matchup. And it's right down the road, Wes. You going to that game?
No, sir.
Just come on. You just hop on down to Kenan Stadium.
You can go down.
Okay, no, I'll pass. Going back to the hotel room. Pick up my feet, man.
Watch the rest of the day, right?
Watch the rest of the games, man. We got a whiteout conditions tonight in Happy Valley.
That's
so
correct.
It's a 2-screen sort of day. Luckily, the hotel, 2 TVs in there.
There you go. Here's a 2 tight end set for Holmberg and a play fake to Waters. And Gunnar wants to take the shot for Bobo and can't come up with it. Double coverage. Azama was there along with Hampton for Northwestern.
It's a dangerous throw. It ends up being 2-man. The safeties are both over the top of man coverage underneath. And you had a couple of defenders for Northwestern have a shot at it. Get a look at A.J. Hampton right there. And Duke's going to trot out Charlie Ham for the field goal, 50-yarder.
This would be a career best. It's the longest field goal he's attempted as a Blue Devil. Young man from Atlanta and Westminster. Same school that produced Harrison Butker of Georgia Tech a couple of years ago, now with the Chiefs.
Super Bowl champion Harrison Butker.
Yep. So a little bit of a kicking prowess at Westminster and Atlanta.
It'd be a real shame if you were a team that had Harrison Butker on its squad and then let him go.
It would. Yeah. Stay tuned. Coming up at the break, Jordan, EJ, Coach, and Eric will update you on the games in progress. Florida State, Wake Forest, and Georgia Tech and Clemson are in a lightning delay with about 30 seconds left to go in the first half at Frank Howard Field, and Clemson only a 7-0 lead.
Jackets got the Tigers right where they want them, Wes. Right where they want them.
Here's a 50-yard try by Ham on what we think might be the final play of this first half. Charlie once hit a 54-yarder in high school. Snap, spot. Try is away, and it is good. A little head-high laser from Charlie Ham, Roddy.
Didn't get a lot of hype, but it didn't need to. That one was a no-doubter from Charlie Ham. Absolutely drills this right down the middle. A little left hook at the end. We'll draw to it. Charlie Ham nails it. Plenty of leg for one of the best kickers in the ACC.
Yep. So Charlie Ham now 3 for 3 on the year. 36 yards last week. He's hit from 23 and 50 here at the close of the half to make it 30-7. It's 7-play, 32-yard drive for Duke in 1:16.
And going into halftime, it's a nice job by Duke of going down and getting points. But going into halftime, I think David Cutcliffe's message to his team is going to be all about the first possession of the second half. You go down and get a touchdown the first possession of the second half, make it a 30-point game, and Northwestern is really struggling. But if you're Pat Fitzgerald on the other side, you got some momentum with the offensive score. You're likely going with Andrew Marty the rest of the way at quarterback. But this team just has to continue chipping away. You got to make some adjustments on defense. Offensively, though, you found a little bit of a spark.
And Northwestern will fall on it. Clock will expire, and it's halftime here in Durham. Impressive opening 30 minutes for the Blue Devils. Gunnar Holmberg, Mataeo Durant, solid 30-7 Duke. Stay tuned. State Farm halftime report from Keenan. Got a boost with Andrew Marty coming in, leading the Wildcats to their only score in relief of Hunter Johnson, who threw 3 first-half interceptions. David Cutcliffe's telling his team what, 60-minute game?
David Cutcliffe is telling his team the first drive of this second half is as important as any drive we'll have all season. Put Northwestern away right here.
So the kick will be toward Stinson. And a yard deep, Jalen Stinson will bring it out. And Northwestern covers it much better this time, bringing him down at the 15. And let's visit with Larisha Harris.
Well, Coach Pat Fitzpatrick told me that the key takeaway from him in the first half was simply that they need to score and they also need to take better care of the ball. He said they must do what they do, get back to the fundamentals and be fresh, trust themselves. He also said that Andrew Marty will continue in the second half, especially after we saw that switch late in the second half with Andrew Marty come in.
All right, thanks, Larisha. Appreciate it. Hunter Johnson, 3 interceptions on 6 of 16. Marty came in, was 3 for 5, 61 yards. And the touchdown pass. And on first down, Northwestern answers the bell with Peter McIntyre taking Mataeo Durant down behind the line, a loss of almost 3 on the opening snap.
We've seen in the first half these Northwestern linebackers trying to shoot gaps, but they haven't been able to get there. That was really the first time we've seen a linebacker take a chance and end up making the tackle.
So here's the quick snap, and now Holmberg for Marweedy and offline, and then a flag is thrown.
You may get a hold.
A couple of flags, one over on the far side and one on the hash mark to the far side toward Northwestern's bench at the 23. And it's against Duke, I believe. Mark Klaczynski.
Offense number 63. The penalty is declined. 3rd down.
So.
Oh, it seems that that's what everybody had. You're going to see Marweedy on the left side of your screen. Watch number 63, Jacob Monk. Yeah, you're about 5 yards downfield. Can't do that.
So Duke in danger of going 3 and out for the first time. Holmberg, pressure coming. In the pocket, Calhoun the catch, backside first down. 30-yard line, Jalen Calhoun against Azama of the Wildcats.
What a job. It was a flag on the play around the line of scrimmage. What a play by Gunnar Holmberg, just hanging there in the pocket, sliding up and delivering an accurate pass. Let's see what the flag is, though.
Well, the play went all the way to the 30. Plenty for the first down.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 50, 15-yard penalty. The result of the play was first down.
So they'll get the first down. Wollaball is called for the penalty, and that'll take them back to the 15, and it's almost like they just picked up the 3-yard first down.
Yeah, well, you get the first down, which is the most important thing. Jack Wollaball, we had a chance to catch up with him yesterday. Fairly mild-mannered.
Yeah.
You know, maybe gets fired up on them there on the field.
Here's another throw. This is Bobo out to the 22-yard line. Gain of 7 ahead of the Hampton tackle. So a little bit of a balky start here to the 3rd quarter for Duke. Till Northwestern's turned up the pressure of their defense, and especially around Durant, who's taken down behind the line at the 21. Jim O'Neill, the Wildcats defensive coordinator, who came back to work with Pat Fitzgerald after a pretty successful run in the NFL, Roddy, with a handful of places. And I'm sure it was a one-way conversation at the break with this unit he coaches.
Yeah, I'm sure.
3rd down, Holmberg again. That time for Bobo, and a reach around by Hampton batting it away.
R.J. Hampton did a really nice job of knowing the situation, sat at the first down marker. Jake Bobo stuttered off the line and then bursted like he was going to go deep. Obviously always intending to come back on the comeback. It's a nice job by Bobo. Better job by the defender of anticipating the route that you're going to get, playing it and trusting your technique, not committing interference.
6 plays, and now the punt here for Porter Wilson. And Ray Nairo stands at the 39-yard line. Wilson drives it back, and Nairo the catch around the 25. Steps out of 1, but will not get away from the next 2 Blue Devils. 51-yard punt for the Blue Devils.
Story of the first half, though, Wes, was this Duke defense creating turnovers. You're going to see Lummy Young come through on Hunter Johnson, who fumbles it down near the goal line. Duke jumps on it. That was just the first one. 3 Hunter Johnson interceptions. That one by by Jeremiah Lewis. Later on, you get one with him rolling out. Get Lummy Young right under the pass. And then this one, the final one, maybe the worst one. Leonard Johnson just sitting there in cover 2. He's able to pick it off. This Duke defense has been fantastic, and it's forced a quarterback change for Northwestern.
Yep, Andrew Marty, who came in to deliver the touchdown drive late in the first half, resets and now throws, and trying to dial, I think, Mangieri, the tight end, and he'll pick it up for about 6 yards, Larisha.
Number 9, Jamark Woods for Duke on the defensive side is out for the remainder of the game with an upper body injury. I saw him walk off the field prior to halftime, and we've just been told he will no longer participate in today's game.
All right, thanks. Evan Hull the carry for a couple. 3rd and short here for Northwestern, who in the first half was just 2 of 6 on 3rd down. Marty works him under center. Here's a toss to the wide side of the field, and Hull will get the first down as he's finally angled out by Hayward around the 40.
Really the most consistently impressive part of this Northwestern offense has been the ability to get the ball in the perimeter with offensive linemen out front on any sort of toss or sweep from shotgun. Pat Fitzgerald's crew just needs to chip away here if they're going to get back in this football game.
So here's 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Marty wants to sail it deep. Blackwell there, and it's caught. Stephon Robinson on a huge throw from Andrew Marty to the Duke 20.
I don't think Northwestern's done enough of this today. Just challenge these Duke corners deep. They've been a little grabby at times this season with some pass interferences, and these Northwestern receivers have done a good job going up and getting the football.
Quick snap. Marty wants to gun one for the end zone, and looking there for Kurtz, and he's challenged by Johnson. Incomplete.
Let's go back to that catch. Josh Blackwell against Stephon Robinson. It's good coverage by Blackwell. He's in phase. He turns around to find the football. Just a little stumble gets him out of it, and that's all that Robinson needs to make the catch. Excellent play.
Yep.
Really a good play on both sides. I mean, Blackwell hits the foot of Robinson, which makes him stumble and gets him just behind that ball.
You see Isaiah Fisher-Smith run on here for Duke. He's going to play a lot more with Jamarick Woods out of the lineup, Roddy. Here's a play fake by Marty. Setting and wide open and caught for the touchdown. 20-yard throw. And it looks like Lang.
Plus, this is one of my favorite plays that teams have in their playbook. You get play action one side, boot to the other. That play action and the boot off of it makes everybody overcorrect, and it looks like Northwestern's going to keep that offense on the field to try and go down by 15, make it a 2-score game.
How about 2 straight TD drives for Andrew Marty? That time Marshall Lang, the big 6'4" sophomore, another guy from Cincinnati, hauls it in for the score. Andrew Marty looking for the 2-point try. Here's the throw back, and it is incomplete. Mangieri was on the back end of that, and he could not hold it all the way through. Pretty good collision. Forced the drop. 30-13 our score, but boy, Andrew Marty with 2 big throws in the drive, Roddy.
He certainly did. This one, the biggest one, the throwback to Marshall.
Come off the Northwestern bench and taking the Wildcats to 2 touchdown drives. One to end the first half on a 6-play, 75-yard drive. This was 6-play, 71 yards in less than 90 seconds. And it's a 17-point game after the Wildcats missed the 2-point try. Stenson from the 1. Got to the 15 a moment ago, eludes a man there, and will stretch to about the 17-yard line. Now, Roddy, Pat Fitzgerald went for 2.
Yeah, and we've been sort of trying. First off, you got the throw in the back of the end zone, and Charlie Mangieri needs to catch the football. I mean, that ball is right there. You had Andrew Marty working hard to get him that football. And we were going back and forth about whether or not that's the right call, and I have arrived at this, Wes.
Okay.
I think it is the right call because you need 23 points. Now, the card says go for 1 in that situation, but what you need is a touchdown, an extra point. You need 3 touchdowns. That gives you 6. You need an extra point. You need 2 2-point conversions. If you miss any of those 2-point conversions, you then need another score. So knowing what you need earlier, in my opinion, can be better, and I think Pat Fitzgerald thought the same thing.
Holmberg, deep shot, Harding the grab. Couldn't hang on. Had it, and A.J. Hampton was there to scrape it out, perhaps.
Man.
Remember, Harding caught a big ball to start the game.
Certainly did, and the big receiver, just hold on. You got to go up strong, anticipate that you're going to have contact with it coming down. Pull it in, big fella.
I think that's a better play on Hampton's behalf.
It's a good play, but you get your hands on the ball like that as a receiver.
Flags down, Durant fumbles it, ball loose. Northwestern has it. Wildcats fall on it. Rod Hurd is the guy that knocked it out of there and recovered it.
There's a flag down, Wes, and they let the play go. Is it an offsides or is it an illegal formation? It was a pre-snap type flag. Duke's making their way off the field.
Illegal formation.
There you go.
Offense,
So the second play of the second drive is the second Duke turnover.
If you're going to draw up a scenario where Northwestern gets back in this football game, this is it. You don't score on the opening drive, they go down and score a touchdown. You've got linemen pulling the other way. Now you've got to recover the football if you're Nick Del Moni. I mean, it's hard because your momentum's going away. He tries to fall on it. That's probably a little harsh for 81, but Del Moni has an opportunity, can't come up with it. Durant's got to hold on the football first and foremost. On the other side, Northwestern, man, you got life.
Tyus is the running back. Andrew Marty has provided some spark for the offense of Pat Fitzgerald, and Tyus to the 3 before he's pushed back. The Royal Blue pursuit led by Lummy Young, so 23 in the blue.
I want to go back to the 2-point. You were a little shocked that I said that I thought it was the right call, probably because I suggested otherwise during the break. But
well, let's see what happens here on 2nd and goal. The give is to Tyus, and man, he is carrying Blue Devils, principally R.J. Oben, toward the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal. Well, the card, first of all, it's early in the 3rd.
Yep. And
the card, which I always think, you don't really look at the card until the 4th quarter.
Yep, yeah.
Early in the 3rd, chasing points, sometimes I'm just not sure it's the highest percentage.
The information that you get from it, though, informs how you proceed the rest of the game.
Well, here's a big play. This is 3rd and goal. Marty the sneak and the score. Andrew Marty crashes in. I'm pretty sure he broke the white stripe, and he did, for the touchdown. So he's thrown for 2 and run for 1, and the comeback for Northwestern is in progress here with not quite 5 minutes gone, 3rd period.
Yes, it is. Now you go ahead and you kick the field goal. Because you went for it, you know, all right, we'll go ahead and kick the extra point. Now we're down 10. Touchdown, field goal, we're back in this. We got a tie ball game.
Yep.
And look, we talked about it coming out of halftime. The first drive for Duke was going to be incredibly important for, and we didn't mention it from the Northwestern side.
Right.
But the first drive for Northwestern, they get the stop, they drive down, score, fumble for Duke, Northwestern scores. Got to be some confidence on that Wildcat sideline.
Charlie Kubander's point is good, and we got a new score. 30-20, Roddy.
Yes, it is. We got a ball game. Mataeo Durant puts the ball on the turf. A nice play by the Northwestern defense, coming up with the football, and then it's been the Andrew Marty party. Diving into the end zone, and you know who loves a good Marty party?
Energy is crazy. They even have their own DJ over here. They have a hype man who's walking up and down the sideline, playing music as the guys are coming back off the field after such a momentous early start here in the third quarter. Wes, it's absolutely bananas over here. These guys are over here encouraging each other and telling them to trust yourselves. We got this. Stay calm. Trust yourselves. We can do this.
Well, so far so good in the 3rd for Pat Fitzgerald's team.
Tell you what, I need to get me a speaker like that to roll it around the neighborhood.
Stinson signals to the fair catch, but it's been all Andrew Marty at the end of this first half. A deep shot for Gill and the touchdown, but Roddy, that wasn't the end of it.
No, it wasn't. You get hard play action to the left, roll back to the right, throw it back to the left. And Marshall Lang gets in the end zone. The fumble by Mataeo Durant. This is the momentum changer to really put Northwestern in this thing. And then a plunge by Andrew Marty. Pat Fitzgerald knows, hey, my team's got some life. Goes and talks to his defense, I'm sure, every time, saying, hey, get a stop here. Give us the ball back, get us some momentum.
Jordan Waters is the running back. Quick throw. This is Calhoun trying to fight off a block, loses ground, back to the 24. Chris Bergen the stop.
Wes, in the first half, those receivers for Duke were dominating the defensive backs for Northwestern. Jalen Calhoun down on the ground. We'll step aside as they check on the ball for Calhoun. You see him kind of grabbing at it there. Hope that he's all right. He's a big-time player for this Duke offense.
Yep. Comes in, number 2 behind Bobo. And here is Waters, who is in the ball game for Durant on this possession. Getting to the 28. Game's kind of slowed down here. Under the 10-minute mark in this 3rd quarter. Northwestern came right out. Duke got the opening kick, went 6 plays and punted. And then the Andrew Marty show continued from where it left off at the end of the first half. Now Duke only up 10.
And no surprise that Mataeo Durant not in the game. That was his second fumble of the ball game.
Here's Holmberg up in the pocket, slides it to Bobo, who rides the umpire for the first down. Out to the 38. I'm seeing more of that this year in college football, Roddy, than I've seen in years past. Situational stuff, middle of the field. Umpires are backing up and they're backing into play at times.
Get all these super seniors. They know how to use the officials.
Waters, he and Holmberg got caught up in the handoff, and Jordan Waters is going to turn that into a couple of yards before Chris Bergen gets to it.
That third down was so important for Duke. And as good as the play was for Jake Bobo working to get open, Gunnar Holmberg moving up in a tight pocket, delivering an accurate ball. It's an excellent job by number 12.
Yep. And now we get a whistle stopping play, and Waters is down.
This is an official's timeout.
And kind of pointing to his right shoulder.
We'll see how in the doghouse Mataeo Durant is. I would assume that he comes back into the ball game, but you put the ball on the turf twice. It kind of makes those coaches a little more gun shy.
Ooh. A lot of.
Yeah, in fact, that knee on the hand there. Walking off. Probably one of those he can shake off. Mataeo Durant is back in the backfield. He's been good today. Just hold on to the ball, young fella.
Right. So Durant is in at 2nd and 9. Ball at the 39. Holmberg going to keep it on the run, and that got sewn up pretty quick by the Wildcats.
That's your boy, Spivak.
Yep. Number 1 is special in a lot of ways, not just the football stuff.
Number 1 is the highest honor in the Northwestern program, but you see him fight off the guard to make that play on Gunnar Holmberg. And now, 3rd down. Jake Bobo is to the bottom of the screen on the inside of that stack.
Here comes pressure. Holmberg in the pocket, threw it away, and it's intercepted. The knee touched for Chris Bergen. His first career interception in his 28th career start.
Rolling on the field is an interception.
We're kind of seeing the wheels come off in real time. Duke has its back against the wall, but watch this pressure by Northwestern. You get Atabara coming. He's able to get Gunnar Holmberg just enough, hit the hand. Mataeo Durant's there as well, trying to hold it, and Atabara able to create the turnover.
5 plays in the interception. It's the 3rd Duke turnover. That category now even.
Was trying to see if he hit the hand. I think he hit the head of Gunnar Holmberg, which then had the ball hit it. But either way, it comes out of the hand weird.
Hull trying to get wide. There's a flag, and Evan Hull run out of bounds after a yard or two. There are flags everywhere.
Yeah, I think you're going to get an illegal cut block. Shaka Hayward went head over heels. It was a player that was coming outside in on him.
Right. The referee, Mark Klaczynski from the Big Ten.
Personal foul. Illegal block below the waist. Offense number 52. 15-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
It's called on Sam Jarrett, but let's see here. Roddy?
So watch Shaka Hayward. You get 55 coming around. I don't know about that. 55. There was a face mask on the back end of that, too.
Conrad Rowley was the guy potentially involved. Here's a little screen for Hull. Look at that play by the Blue Devils.
And look,
coaches always say get low, Roddy.
Yeah, there you go. The reason that was called is any cut block that's thrown has to be coming from the front.
Right.
You can't get a guy on its side. The reason I said I don't know about it is just because Shaka Hayward's running and he sort of turns his body into that cut block, which makes it look different than it actually was. So, you know, that's one of those we'd have to get a rule expert.
Spent a lot of time, though, this year looking at angles, don't we?
Absolutely.
Targeting, cut blocks.
Blindside block.
Here's trouble from Marty. He's going to break free now. Andrew Marty trying to find a seam. and he will be tackled a couple of yards shy of the first down in Duke territory at the 46. Evan Hall, the running back, helped him out on the 13-yard run.
Yeah, and it's a nice job of avoiding the pressure, getting a block from Hall. Now you're in a situation where Charlie Kubander, the kicker, has a 47-yarder this year.
Yep.
So you get, you're probably going to need about a first down. So it makes it 4-down territory, in my opinion.
Here's the throw, near side, and Mangieri the catch, and he got banged out of bounds right at the 41-yard line by Mausi.
Love to have gotten a little bit more if you're Northwestern.
You going for this on 4th and 8?
Oh, 4th and 8's a tough
Your defense is playing well enough.
Defense is playing well. I think you probably pin Duke back deep. 4th and 8's just a little too rich for my blood. They're leaving the offense on the field.
You're going to take 5 yards?
Yeah.
See if you can draw them?
If you draw them, and then you take the delay game.
Northwestern 5 for 7 on 4th down this year. Here's the snap. Marty's going to work. Andrew Marty looking down the sideline for Kurtz, and he can't hang on against Leonard Johnson. Boy, was that a nice ball for Bryce Kurtz.
Well, I hate the call of throwing a fade on 4th and 8. But what a throw by Andrew Marty. He puts it right there for Kurtz, and man. It's an excellent job by Leonard Johnson of forcing Kurtz out of bounds. The official had dropped his hat, comes back in, tries to make the play, and is just not able to do it. What a missed opportunity for Northwestern.
So the interception does not haunt the Blue Devils, Roddy, and Duke gets decent field position, and it's 42 out of it.
Yeah, and the thought process with going for it is how many possessions do you really have left in the game?
Waters back with the football and in the game, and Jordan Waters gets 7 on 1st down. Samdup Miller, the tackle, the defensive end, first time we've called his name today. Did not play last week in the win against Indiana State. Waters, maybe a yard, not much more, ahead of Miser, the defensive lineman, 54 there in the white.
The Duke offensive line really controlled things in the first half.
Right.
That has changed here in the second. You've seen the physicality on the perimeter and on the interior ratchet up for Northwestern on defense.
Here's Holmberg, 3rd down throw, and it's caught near sideline. Blue Devils make the grab, and going out of bounds is the freshman Robertson.
Jontavius Robertson gets the pick. It's a nice 3rd and short play. Nice easy throw for Gunnar Holmberg. Duke moves the chains.
2nd catch of the year for the sophomore from Middle Georgia, down around Macon at Jones County High School. Jalen Coleman is coming to game, Roddy. Our first look at the redshirt sophomore Coleman. 22 in the blue. Here's Bobo on the catch. And Jake Bobo fighting inside the 35 to the 33, 8 yards on 1st down before Brandon Joseph made the stop.
It's been a while since we saw the little tunnel screen from Duke. They've had success with it today, though.
Coleman stays in for the Blue Devils on 2nd and short. And here is Coleman trying to bounce it to the outside, and the Wildcats rally to the football, and a marker down on the Bergen tackle. And the center judge, Amanda Sauer, threw the flag.
Holding
Against the Blue
Offense
Devils.
number 62, 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
Going back to a couple plays ago, Wes, when Duke decided to sub and then Northwestern subbed as well. I'm going to start putting a stopwatch on how quickly the Northwestern defenders get off the field when Duke subs and they're trying to go tempo. Because I think it's like 20 seconds.
Really?
They take their time, Wes. Consistently. Don't have time to talk about it, but
2nd down and 12 after the penalty. Here's Holmberg. He'll read the block in front and dive inside the 35. Slides. He'll measure to the 34. He'll be 3 shy of the 1st down after Azuma touched him.
Quarterback's down when he starts his slide, so even though he ends up a little bit further, it's where he starts it, puts him in 3rd and 3 situation.
Coleman flares wide right with Bobo.
The way the box is looking, I wouldn't be surprised to see another quarterback draw.
Yeah, 3 here to the left. Ball in the center of the field as Holmberg goes to work, pushes to the left. Now got to throw it across his body and throws it out of bounds.
What a job by Northwestern. They look like they're playing man-to-man and then just match up in a little bit of a zone coverage. They get an extra defender down.
McLaughlin was pushing Holmberg in the pocket and narrowing the field quickly.
Yeah. Had success with that rollout earlier. I think Northwestern anticipated it, though.
Charlie Ham, who hit from 50 at the end of the first half, is going to try 52.
He had enough leg on it last time.
It's a 52-yard try for Ham. 9 on the line for the Wildcats. That's short. It won't make the crossbar. So the missed field goal by Ham gives Northwestern the ball at the 34-yard line. At their end of the field, down 10 with 3:45 to go here in the third.
Northwestern's defense stands up.
And so that's where the Wildcats will take over. Quick reminder to you, ACC Primetime Football presented by Geico coming up at 7:30 from Kenan Stadium over in Chapel Hill. Number 21 North Carolina and Virginia.
I'll give you a name, Wes. I'm going to give you a name from each team, all right?
I'll go Jelani Woods, Virginia.
Jelani Woods for Virginia. Come on, man. I'm giving the names here. On the other side, Josh Downs for North Carolina, tied with Jake Bobo for the lead in the conference in catches per game.
Here's Andrew Marty calling his own number on first down. He'll get to the 40. That's a gain of 6 before Thompson makes the start.
Jelani Woods, going back to that Virginia-North Carolina game. Jelani Woods, 6'7".
Yeah.
260-plus pounds.
Oklahoma State transfer.
Runs like a deer.
Yep. 21st century tight end, as I like to say.
Ooh,
there's
buddy.
a first down carry by Andrew Clare to the 45.
A little bit of momentum with Northwestern going 2 runs back-to-back. They got a little bit of tempo going.
Tell you what, we are approaching a very interesting final 18 minutes of this game. Here's a throw on the perimeter. Catch made by Gill, who has the first touchdown of the day for the Wildcats. He's slowed down at the 48. It's a gain of 3.
It was a really nice job by Jeremiah Lewis of being physical at the point of attack, holding up, not letting anything get going on that one.
Marty looking to the left. The catch is made, and the tackle on Kurtz. But he's got the first down to the 44 of Duke.
Well, they've gotten into formations where Duke isn't able to press.
Right.
They go into a bunch. You can't press that. Kurt's able to get a free release, get on that out. And when Duke has pressed, they've taken shots down the field.
First and 10 play. Marty in trouble. Escapes the pocket and will get inside the 40 and dive to the 36. Opon, the redshirt sophomore from Kennesaw, Georgia, the stop for the Blue Devils, but Andrew Marty got 8 on the play.
For 1 down. Second down.
Not sure what that announcement was, but there's about 27 Northwestern fans here, and they are fired up with the way the Wildcats are moving the ball.
Anthony Tyus has come in the ball game as the lone running back. Here's the handoff to Tyus, and boy, he got stopped and then plowed over. Gary Smith was the first guy to shut down the avenue, and then Ben Fry, I think, knocked him to the ground.
That interior of that line, you mentioned it, Gary Smith, and then Dwayne Carter, number 90, doing a good job, and 91 on the edge there, Ahmad Craig. Excellent job holding up.
Yep, Marty going to try and sneak for it and finds the spot. Right over the top of the A-gap between center and left guard for Andrew Marty.
You know, I got to tell you, there's something a little cathartic about seeing a quarterback sneak nowadays. So many teams stay in shotgun. It's 3rd, 4th, and short. Quarterback sneak it. Let's go.
Marty, the first down snap. Backs up, stripped to the ball, and Northwestern will fall on it. Skoronski, after Dwayne Carter knocked it out of there, back near the Blue Devil 45-yard line, Roddy. Big time play by Carter, and boy, Skoronski right on the spot.
Big time play by this Duke defense. Carter's right there. Marty's got to let the ball go sooner. Throw it away, get it out of there. You have so much momentum. Northwestern fortunate to fall on it. But Duke, once again, been so good at swiping at the football when they've gotten in the backfield.
Just better than a minute to go here in the third. 10-point lead for the Blue Devils. They've survived so far here in the second half against this Northwestern comeback. Throw to the near side. The catch for Washington. And he'll make it back down to the 35 as we go inside a minute in this third period.
All right, if you're Northwestern, the thought process once again on a 3rd and long, cut it in half, try and get 5 or 6. Pat Fitzgerald will then have a decision to make. Again, said it before, Charlie Kubander's long is 47, so you're talking about getting a few extra yards, at least 5 to get to that.
They are 5 for 10 on 3rd down. 4 in the pattern. Tyus in the backfield. Marty the crossing route and thrown beyond the reach of Washington. Looked like he had Stephon Robinson, Roddy, crossing from right to left. And then it was Washington going left to right at kind of the second level.
And he picked the wrong one. You know what you're trying to get, but you're going to see Stephon Robinson 5 come across your screen, and that's wide open. Toss it to him. Let him outrun the defender for the first down. Instead, he tries to go to that dig. Overthrows it. And I mean, that's not covered, but it's not as wide open and not as easy a throw as he had with Robinson.
Derek Adams set to punt it. And Adams just one step and going to hit the wedge. And the Wildcats, with their heels at the goal line, touch it up. And I mean at the goal line. Well done by Northwestern and Rod Hurd.
It is such a good job by Rod Hurd. It is such a good job. You measure up with a ball. You think the ball's going to bounce. You literally put your heels at the goal line and not let that ball. He's got his heels on the goal line. And as long as you do not let the ball cross the goal line in college, the player can be in the end zone. As long as the ball does not cross the end line, then it is not a touchback. A nice job by Hurd.
All right, so if you're Jeff Ferris, the offensive coordinator, with Raekwon Boyette and David Cutcliffe, what do you like here, Roddy?
Quarterback sneak. I'm saying that only like 5% tongue-in-cheek. I do love that coming out of the goal line.
Mataeo Durant's come back in the game. And there's a flag. Holmberg, that was a little bit of a bobble. Did Duke start early?
Yeah, I think they did. And
before the ball was snapped, false start, offense, left guard will penalize half the distance to
which
the goal.
that penalty in this situation doesn't even matter, to be honest with you. I mean, it's going to cost you 5 inches. So as an offensive line, you're actually trying to get a head start as much as you can.
Duke puts Bobo wide here to the left with Harding. Holmberg hands to Durant, and he will shove the stack toward the 3, and that is the final play of the third. 3 quarters in the books. Duke had a commanding lead at the break. That's gone by the boards, thanks in part to Andrew Marty and a fairly stingy Wildcat defense, Roddy.
Yeah, they've done an excellent job. Northwestern outscores Duke 13-0 in the third to make it a 10-point game.
And we've seen 2 halves so far. You see it was 30-7 at the half. Duke in firm control. Northwestern outscores them 13-0 in the third. And now all of a sudden we got a 10-point game in the final 15 here at the fabled Horseshoe. The give, Durant, not much. 3rd down coming up. In fact, I'm not sure he got back to the line, Roddy. Loss of a yard on the play, back to the 2. Okay. Dive into the playbook for David Cutcliffe for me.
I think you're looking at where Northwestern lines up. If you've got off coverage to the top with Jake Bobo, the decision to just toss it out to him, 5-yard hitch, let him try and go get it. That's as good a play as you're going to get with what Northwestern has done. They're putting another receiver out there now.
When they took a tight end off, and that meant a linebacker comes off for Northwestern, and they run a cornerback on.
So now I think you go quarterback run, to be honest with you.
Snap to Holmberg. There's the QB run, and he just got out.
Just got out.
Because Northwestern's Trevor Kent was in there to break it up.
That was as dominant a play as you will see on the interior of a defensive line. Watch the way Kent powers off the offensive line. It looked like Casey Holman there at right guard. Just throws him to the side. and brings down Gunnar Holmberg because there was a little bit of a hole there. Pat Fitzgerald's got to get all the extras off the field, but what a stop by this defense for Northwestern. They got Duke backed up.
3 and out, and Brandon Joseph waits on the punt here of Porter Wilson. In fact, there are 2 guys back there, and it is hammered. Nairo scoops it up at the 40. Back to the far side. He'll get to midfield and maybe break.
Hard play action to the left, roll to the right, then find Marshall Lang all alone on the left side of that defense. And able to get the touchdown, then a quarterback sneak into the end zone. He's been a part of an excellent comeback for this Northwestern team, and there he goes again.
Calls his own number and into the secondary and is stripped from behind, and Duke, I think, has it. Dwayne Carter batted it away again, caused another fumble, and Ben Fry comes out of there with it.
How about the pursuit, the relentless pursuit by the 300-pound defensive tackle, Dwayne Carter, able to run down Andrew Marty. And when you get there, don't just get there and make the tackle. Take a shot. It's an excellent job by this offensive line. And Andrew Marty, he tries to protect the football, but the strength of Carter able to knock the ball away. And Duke with a massive, massive play. And eventually this Duke offense has to come up with points to give them a little bit more breathing room. Andrew Marty looks like he's hurt now too.
Well, and here is Jordan Moore to run the offense for David Cutcliffe to the right side, the cutback, and he got 9 on the first snap, or 8.5 for sure. 5th turnover of the day by Pat Fitzgerald's team.
Yeah, and how much can you ask of this defense? They have been put in adverse situations over and over and over.
10-point game. We're 2 minutes old in the 4th here at Wallace Wade. And this is Durant, and that will be enough for the first downs. He cracks the 36. Spivak, number 1 in the white, makes the stop for the Wildcats. Been a tale of 2 halves for Mataeo Durant. 102 yards on 13 first half carries, -2 now on 6 here in the second half. And here's Moore pushing it left, tried to get back up the field, and he's going to lose a yard back to the 35.
Well, Jim O'Neil, the defensive coordinator for Northwestern, has done a really good job of anticipated the rollout to the left of Jordan Moore, sent a blitz from the nickel on that side. So it stops Jordan Moore, turns him back in, forces him into a 2nd and long. That's Ryan Holinsky, the 3rd-string quarterback, former starter at South Carolina, warming up on the sideline.
Yep. Here is Moore. This is 2nd and 11. And the quarterback run gets him to the 39. Gain of 5 on the play, 4 of them the play. Chris Bergen, another tackle. Seems like Bergen has got 24 tackles for Northwestern.
Certainly does. He's been all over the
Shaka
place.
Hayward had 16 in here last Friday night. Gunnar Holmberg has come back in here for 3rd down and 7, by the way, at the QB spot.
And once again, Gunnar Holmberg runs on. It gives this Northwestern team an opportunity to slowly trot off the field, as Joe Spivak did. Got a bunch to the top. Jake Bobo to the top, if you're wondering, the favorite target of Gunnar Holmberg.
Northwestern bringing pressure. Holmberg to his right. He can run here and will be close to the first down. I think he has it. He broke the plane of the 46. And Gunnar Holmberg converts it with his feet, and Moore will spell him at the QB spot.
We got a blitz coming from the field, and on the boundary side, 54, Jeremy Miser gets held a little bit by that right tackle. It's not called, Wes, so it doesn't count.
So Adebare goes off the field, and they plug in Sean McLaughlin at one of the end spots here for Northwestern. Moore fakes the toss, rides the block of Marweedy across midfield to the 49. Jake Marweedy does a nice job there, Roddy, helping his quarterback.
Yeah, he did. Peter McIntyre did a pretty nice job of fighting off the block, too, kind of at least stoning the lead blocker so that he could slow down Jordan Moore a little bit, but Marweedy came around, helped him out.
Here's Moore again, keeping it to the perimeter, and is slung around out of bounds, and Azuma on the tackle and a flag down at the 46.
I think you're going to get a hold on Marweedy when he went to throw the block this time, wraps his arms around the defender, and it's going to get called.
Holding, offense number 88, 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
So, second down foul against the Blue Devils. Back to the 44 on the Duke side of the field with 10 minutes and change to go.
Very similar plays, and now Gunnar Holmberg back in with that 2nd and long. This Duke offense has just not been as in rhythm as they were in the first half. A lot of that because they couldn't get the run game going.
See Durant flare out. There's a block by Bobo to help Mataeo Durant. Now a flag's been thrown as Durant is rolled out by Rod Hurd at the 49.
I was going to say, I mean, there's no way that's not an illegal blindside block.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, offense number 19, 15-yard penalty, repeat second down.
So a couple years ago, they changed this rule where you have to, as a defender, be able to see the block coming. And clearly that can be a penalty with targeting added. That one did not look like it met the criteria for targeting, but the defender has to be able to see and defend himself from the block coming. Block like that, while the defender probably knows that it's a possibility, the offensive player is going to get called for that.
Second and very long, 27 for the Blue Devils. Holmberg up in the pocket, not going to flip it to the perimeter. Durant, and not much there. 3 yards maybe to the 31. Rod Hurd coming on the burn from corner. Let's go check in with Jordan Cornette. He's live in Chapel Hill. JC.
Jordan Cornette with your Fansville studio update. Wake and Florida State, and this one was all Wake. Mackenzie Milton drops back, swallowed up by that Wake defense. Wake wins big, 35-14. Keenan Memorial is rocking, and we're just around the corner. Wes, Roddy.
Sitting in the hotel room and taking multiple angles.
Well, here is a 3rd and forever for Duke, and Bobo trying to break free, cannot. Good play up front. Samdup Miller handled it for Northwestern, very nice, at the 37, and the Blue Devils will punt here. So the fumble now doesn't hurt Northwestern on the run by Andrew Marty, and we're maybe a punt away from seeing Helinski at the quarterback spot, the 3rd Wildcat caller of the day.
Yeah, it's been a completely different defense for Northwestern in this second half. The question is the offense going to be able to do its job enough to make this a true ball game, make it a 1-score game?
So Porter Wilson, who just had a 65-yarder a moment ago, hammers this one toward Nairo, who's looking to make a play and will go nowhere because Shaka Hayward is going to roll him out of bounds at the 25. 8:14 to go. Ryan Helinski gets the rock. Defense, Roddy, plays in the backfield. Couple different fumble recoveries today for Fry. And now they're going to need him and his mates again to make a statement.
Yes, they will. They've been leading on this defense all second half. Let's go down to Larisha for more on Ben Fry.
He's definitely been playing with passion, and I think he might have gotten that a little bit from one of his teachers in middle school, his middle school math teacher, Mr. Jay Ollinger. He said every day he came to the classroom passionate about life, and that rubbed off on him, especially since Ben wasn't one that favored math as a subject and still doesn't, but because of his teacher, that passion definitely rubbed off on him.
All right, Larisha, thank you. Ben Fry involved again here for Duke as Ryan Helinski's become the 3rd different Northwestern quarterback today. This is the sophomore from Orange, California, transferred from South Carolina, where he played total in 13 games. Was a January 19 enrollee, 58% completion percentage, 2,400 yards, and 11 scores for the Gamecocks. And he'll cut it loose here. And the intended receiver was Stephon Robinson, and that got broken up by Leonard Johnson. So it'll be 3rd down quickly. Larisha, what's the story on Andrew Marty, who has rescued Northwestern, so to speak, today?
Well, right now, Wes is not looking good. He's out for the remainder of the game with an upper body injury.
All right. So Marty, who was stripped by Dwayne Carter, shaken up on the play and will not be back. Remember, Hunter Johnson threw the 3 first-half interceptions, Roddy. That got him the showers early today. Yeah. And now here's Helinski on 3rd and long, under duress and deflected. Looked like he was trying to go back across the middle to Evan Hull. So 3 and out goes Northwestern.
Helinski did not have any time. You see the pressure coming up the middle from Aeneas Peebles. At 94, RJ Oben able to get in the backfield as well. And you just wonder, I mean, Ryan Helinski, the 3rd guy, you get a look at Andrew Marty, who's out for the rest of the game, frustrated, obviously. At this point, you've kind of committed to going away from Hunter Johnson. So although he is the most talented of the group, the decision to go to Helinski and not back to Johnson kind of sticks you with Helinski, I would guess, for the rest of the game.
Blackwell from the 27 on the punt return, and 13 yards to the 40. That's where the Blue Devils start, leading. We've been told will not play the rest of the ball game. So Roddy, Mike Bajakian and Pat Fitzgerald got a decision to make here because Helinski came in, went 3 and out quickly.
Yeah, he did. And while I think the decision to go to the 3rd string quarterback in that situation, not back to the starter, could affect your starter mentally. I don't know. I may be tempted to try Johnson again.
Here's Eli Pankold grinding for 11, 12, 13, 15, 16 yards on 1st down.
And then on the other side, if you're Duke, you're telling yourself, we put the ball in the end zone, this game's over.
Right. You get 3 first downs and you run the clock here. Yeah, you're also gonna force Northwestern's hand.
How about the effort of Pankold to stay up, and Northwestern's counting possessions, and every second that ticks off the clock.
Yeah.
You're thinking, all right.
Look, this is what I mean.
Yeah,
I mean, they're in no hurry with 15 on the play clock.
Do we still have time?
Mm-hmm. And here is Durant, who's had a very frustrating second half. And you want to talk about a guy that can close it. Chris Bergen, another tackle.
See how he's treating the football. Takes that step, get the counter coming back around, gets in traffic. Oh, hold on that ball. He saw it. He felt it. Get away from him a little bit, Wes. Felt it on his hip. Nope, not me. I'm taking care of the football right now. 2 fumbles on the day for Mataeo Durant. So mentally, he's thinking, all right, got to hold on to it in this situation.
14 tackles unofficially for Bergen in the ball game, by the way.
Nice job.
Little pistol set. Durant another carry. Took a big lick. Falls forward. That'll be a 1st down, I believe, at the 36. Azama the tackle. He collided with Durant.
Third and 1. Field of play. If you're Duke, take your time, grind down this clock. We're at the point now where Northwestern needs a stop, and then it's basically going to have to be perfect on offense. You're going to have to. You've only got 2 more possessions left in the game.
And to your point, I can understand where the call might go back to Johnson because he's repped all of that.
Yeah, and at this point, you just want him to go out there and sling it. You're going to have to take some chances.
Northwestern crowds. Holmberg will glide across the stack, and that'll be a 1st down at 36.
Something beautiful about a quarterback sneak. There really is. I'm going to get on my back in my day now, Wes. Back in my day. Quarterback sneak. We don't see it enough anymore.
Back in my day, 11 years ago?
That's how quickly the game changes. I mean, teams now take a knee. They go in victory formation and shotgun. Quarterback sneak is dead in a lot of ways, but not today, Wes. Not with David Cutcliffe and Pat Fitzgerald.
Shotgun for Holmberg. And that's batted away and incomplete. And Adebare. Tell you what, I've been impressed with him, Roddy.
Yeah, Adetomiwa Adebare has been as active as anybody on the edge of that defense. Gets a big mid up in the air. He actually hits it too well because you had Jeremy Miser in the backfield too that had a chance to get it. It's nothing like making a quarterback panic by hitting the ball up in the air in the backfield.
Also stops the clock on the incomplete forward pass. Here's Holmberg. He's going to try and keep it and gets to the middle of the field, pulled down by Bryce Gallagher. And now the clock runs for Duke, and they won't snap it again until we're well inside 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, and I think if you're Duke, you run the ball again here. Pat Fitzgerald likely not going to take a timeout, although he may. Do you save it for after the play, or do you save it for when you get the ball back? You might need them later. I think with 2 scores, you probably save it. So you're talking about if you're Duke being able to take off a minute plus by putting the ball on the ground.
Holmberg in the gun. 10-point lead for the Blue Devils. This is 3rd and the full 10. Gunnar will keep and dive to the 30. And 4th down coming up. Don't forget, following Carolina, Virginia tonight, Roddy, Huddle After Dark.
Oh, man. They're
Live from
outdoors,
Chapel
too?
Hill. Yeah, outdoors. No ties.
At least it'll be cool then.
Rarely socks for Jordan Cornette, Eric McLean, E.J. Manuel, Mark Rick. They'll break down all the games in the ACC today that follows Carolina, Virginia. We continue from Durham after this.
I think you got to try and draw them off sides first and foremost. Jake Bobo to the top of the screen.
Dalmolin in motion. Here's Holmberg flipping forward. Dalmolin, who makes the catch, but I don't think he got enough of it.
He did either.
Going to depend on the spot at the 26. And the Big Ten crew on the hit by Brandon Joseph has measured it, and it is a first down.
Wow.
How about that?
What a call first by David Cutcliffe. Duke going to line up quick to go for it so it's not reviewed.
And they did not get it pulled. Pat Fitzgerald.
Before the ball was snapped, the ruling on the previous play was the runner made the line to gain for a first down.
And so remember, the important piece here, at least early on, is, and he didn't get there, by the way, at least on the replay.
I don't think he did either. No, okay. So you have to have indisputable video evidence, but let's watch where he catches the football because he's going to be able to get it. Now, if you want to say that there's interference because Joseph hit him before the play or before the ball gets there,
the ball doesn't hit the 26, Roddy.
That's the thing, and I think when you're the official, you're thinking, I saw the bump, and if that bump comes after he catches the football, then you get forward progress and it's a first down.
All right.
But the bump comes before the ball is caught.
But does the ball ever reach the 31 in the air?
No, it does not.
Or 26 in the air,
No, it does not. And that's what it is. I don't think the ball ever gets there. And I think from the views that we've seen, there's definitive enough evidence of that. I think I can make a pretty good case, an indisputable case, that the ball never got to that point.
Well, the interesting part about this is 2 guys who are good friends, by the way, and were open about their respect for each other and how much they've enjoyed spending time together, and they're on the American Football Coaches Association board together. Now, is that ball caught in any way, shape, or form near or at the 26, Roddy?
I don't think so, Wes. And look, that view
but
does
is that
bring
enough
it into
to
question.
overturn it?
I don't, to be honest with you, I don't think it is. I think it's going to stand now. After seeing that view, it's just, you would have to have a shot right down the line to say that ball did not, without a shadow of a doubt, without any dispute, indisputably, did not make it to the 20, with the line to gain, which was the 26-yard line.
Looks like Pat Fitzgerald's waving his team off the field, so
it's good news for Northwestern.
That's very good news for Northwestern with 4:31 to go.
You look at these replays enough, and you can convince yourself of anything, and I had convinced myself that I thought it was going to stand, but the gut instinct comes out to be correct. You know what, Wes? I'm putting that one as a win column for me.
Okay. Nice choice.
On the season. Yep. Yep.
So here's Ryan Helinski again with the football for Northwestern.
After review, the runner was down short of the line to gain. It'll be first down for Northwestern.
And as you might imagine,
26.5-yard line.
the partisans that are here don't like that.
Please adjust the game clock to 4:35. 4:35. Thank you.
All right, so the decision to go for it does not bear fruit. David Cutcliffe a little flabbergasted at how that decision could have been made. It's the right call, though, Wes. And
I agree.
Even though you don't have that shot right down the line, I thought when we first saw it that, man, it was pretty clear that he did not make the line to gain.
Yeah, Mark Klaczynski, the referee, talking with David Cutcliffe, and now here's Ryan Helinski. So no Hunter Johnson, who threw 3 first-half interceptions. on 6 of 16. Helinski missed all 3 throws when he came in the ball game. Wildcats have to get it and go. Helinski the throw, intercepted Blackwell. There's a flag on the play. Blackwell back down the near side, 10-5, hit the pylon. And he will be measured out of bounds, I believe. There's an injured Wildcat off the field of play at the 2.
Not sure how this is not going to go against Duke. The injured Wildcat, though, is Sam Jarek, so Northwestern's going to get the ball back. But Jarek down on the play to center.
Making his 23rd straight start today.
I don't know, man. Like, you got Helinski, who was 0 for 3 to start and then throws the interception, given pass interference on the back end. But Hunter Johnson's thrown 3 picks. I mean, I think you got to go back with Johnson, right? Like, you've seen the 3rd stringer be basically 0 for 4.
And they're moving a new center into position, but here's another look.
See if we can see that pass interference.
Was it on Blackwell? I don't think it had. It couldn't be on Blackwell, could it? Had to be
on Blackwell. It was the only person who was near. And look, we weren't able to see it on that one. I think there was Blackwell was a little handsy before and maybe pulls the receiver by. That's all I can think of. We don't.
So now with 4:24 to go, Jarek is helped from the field. And
all right, we got Helinski back. Okay. This is Pat Fitzgerald's riding with it. And look, this may be a comfort thing after talking to Hunter Johnson. Mike Bajakian obviously involved in this. Coaches the quarterbacks, the offensive coordinator. Helinski does have starting experience, but
Charlie Schmidt has moved to center. And he'll be snapping to Helinski. Duke rushes 4. Helinski, quick throw and caught. And that is Robinson, who gets out of bounds at the 45, and that kind of thing matters right now with 4:11 to play.
Well, the clock is going to restart until you're under 2 minutes. When a runner goes out of bounds, it'll stop until they reset the chains, but they're still going to have to go fast even if they get out of bounds.
Yep. Here's the give, and that is Clare, Andrew Clare, fighting toward another first down. And now we've got Clare shaken up on the play.
Timeout for an injury.
All right. It's been a little. See Clare down on the field.
Yep. So Andrew Clare being tended to. With 3:50 to play. A quick reminder, Sunday Best tomorrow on ACC Network starts at noon. UMass and Wake Forest, field hockey from Winston-Salem, and then Iowa and Louisville. Cards, Justine Sowers coaches them, and they do an outstanding job. They and Carolina have been 2 of the better field hockey programs in the country, and you can see it on ACC Network starting at noon tomorrow and on the app. And then don't forget, ACC Primetime Football presented by Geico is next from Chapel Hill at 7:30. Obi, Tim, and Kelsey ready to go with Carolina, Virginia. Evan Hull is coming the ball game to replace Clare. They'll hand the ball to Hull, and he will break the 30.
I think at some point Northwestern takes a shot at the end zone, maybe right here. Get a first down play. You need a touchdown and a field goal. Tie the game up.
Here's Helinski looking left from his drop, and it's caught inbounds. And stepping down the sideline is Bryce Kurtz. And Blackwell shaken up on the play comes out, and it's 1st and goal Northwestern with 3.5 to go.
What a throw by Helinski. They do a great job of recognizing the cover 2. He settles in the zone. Safety deep, can't take the shot. Helinski drills it.
Here's Helinski looping it right side. He'll throw for the end zone. Incomplete. No flag on the play. Jeremiah Lewis defending. And Robinson, the intended receiver.
Let's just throw by Helinski. You see the safety over the top, corner underneath, corner right behind. You got a player underneath. There was somebody coming from the inside. Helinski drills that throw into the hole.
Yep. So 2 receivers to the right. You see Kurtz to the bottom of the screen. They'll hand the ball to Evan Hull. And into the stack goes Hull.
Got to get up and run a play.
Both schools, you see, Duke with 3, Northwestern with 2 timeouts remaining.
Play. He must for 1 down. Duke number 58.
Northwestern got lucky because the helmet number 58, Gary Smith came off. Yep. Clock's running now, though.
Northwestern 2 for 4 in the red zone.
Turnovers, man. 1-on-1 to the bottom.
Helinski looks toward Kurtz, throws that way, incomplete. No flag, 4th and goal.
They went with 2 fades on that drive, and while I like the idea, you got to execute the throws better. The first one woefully underthrown, this one woefully overthrown. You got to give Kurtz an opportunity, keep that ball in bounds so that you can go up and make a play. Now they'll kick a field goal.
So now they'll play the numbers, kick the field goal here to get the 3. And Charlie Kubander, who on the year is 1 for 3. This is his first try of the day. And it's 25 yards, and it's perfect. So the field goal for Kubander pulls Northwestern to within 7 at 30-23 with 2:48 to play, Roddy.
Well, now comes the decision for Pat Fitzgerald. Do you onside kick it in this situation? You can kick it deep and play ball. Thing is, if Duke gets a first down, game's pretty much over. You'd have a chance. You just run the numbers. If you have, let's say, 2 quick stops and they get the first down on 3rd down, you'd have a chance to get the ball back, which plays into the decision. If I were making the decision, I think you onside kick.
Yeah, I think the real question is, do you want the opportunity, though, with a stop to get it to plus field? Your defense has been pretty good here in the second half.
Yep, that's a really good point. And
you gotta. Let's be honest. You have an unproven quarterback.
You do.
Okay.
So the less
unproven right now,
and you need a touchdown. That could play into it. Absolutely. Duke's got the hands team out there. I still think the onside kick at least gives you another opportunity to get a possession. You may not, but the opportunity to get a possession, I think, is worth it.
Yep. And this play has evolved in the last couple of years as well in college football. Watch for the dribble. There's the 1 step in the kick, and I think Jalen Stenson's going to let this go in the end zone. Ball will be at the 25-yard line. So Charlie Kubander, and Pat Fitzgerald says, good job. Maybe they were looking for something.
The frustrating thing, yeah, maybe they're looking to catch Duke off guard. The frustrating thing about that is you don't want that ball in the end zone.
Right.
You want it to hit in the field to play so that maybe you have a shot to get down there and get it. You know, maybe you bloop it in between the deep man and the front line. Just got a little too much of that.
Well,
it's like on an approach side. Just get a little too much of it. Hit it over the green.
Well, here's the other part. As he comes back to the playing field, Gunnar Holmberg is 30 of 43 for 298 today.
Yeah. And this is going to be, I would guess, the Mataeo Durant show. If it's Gunnar Holmberg and he's running the football, you got to at least pull those timeouts.
Yep. There's the snap, and it'll be Holmberg on the carry to the left side, a yard. And there is the first Pat Fitzgerald timeout with 2:42 to go.
Look, however this game ends, and Duke is obviously up, Duke has figured out the quarterback position. And that's been something that's been frustrating for the Duke Blue Devil fans and for David Cutcliffe over the past 2 seasons. But in Gunnar Holmberg, he has a guy who has shown that not only can he do it through the air, he's got excellent legs and movement ability. He understands the offense, and he's shown some toughness. It's been a physical ball game. He's been hit a little bit. He's had to run the football a lot, and he's gotten up and responded every single time. I really like Gunnar Holmberg and the way he's played through 3 games.
Well, he's carried it 11 times. Mataeo Durant 21, so he's kind of 4 shy of the number you thought he might get today, 25.
But he's also had a number of catches too. Mataeo Durant with 4 catches on the day, so
that's
right at
25.
the 25 carries. Like he's getting 20 to 25 touches. He's going to be over it, I would guess, by the end of this one.
Yep. Durant's in the backfield with Holmberg. It is 2nd down and 9. Northwestern has 1 timeout remaining, and it is Durant who will shove it to the 29. And
timeout. Northwestern. Third and final charge timeout.
Has called their last timeout here.
Timeout.
Right at 2:40, and it's going to be 3rd and 6 when play resumes.
All right, so do you put the ball in the air? 3rd and 6.
Well, here's the thing that I'll bounce for you. When Duke has run stuff here on 3rd down, it's tended to be in that 5 to 10 yard box.
Yep.
The push the pocket to the tight end, throw to the back crossing, the wide receiver from the slot on the cross. You know, almost flood the zone, if you will.
Yes. So here's the thing. If you're Duke and you run the football, you get stopped, you're able to take about 40 seconds on the clock. Northwestern gets the ball back with around 1:50, no timeouts.
Correct.
With a pass, that could be 2:35 and no timeouts. I actually think you put the ball in the air here, though. You trust Gunnar Holmberg, roll him out, trust him, tell him, hey, look, if it's not there, if the read isn't there, run the football, stay in bounds, and keep the clock running. But I think you go for the 1st down. You get the 1st down, ball game's over, and that's ultimately what you want.
Well, and let's see what Northwestern does from a pressure standpoint here, too. And now here's David Cutcliffe calling a timeout.
Duke. This is their 1st of the half.
So Duke will have 2 remaining. Remember, the Blue Devils were in full control of this ball game. 30-7 at halftime.
The offense has just sputtered, and some of that you put on Duke on offense. Turnovers certainly have not helped them, but a lot of it you put on what Northwestern's done up front on defense.
They've done a great job.
They've controlled the game. The front of Northwestern has controlled the game in the 2nd half.
And they were riding the hot hand of Andrew Marty at quarterback.
Right.
Until he was injured on a fumble play with about a minute and change gone, almost 2 minutes gone in the 4th quarter.
All right, so you're going to have Pankow and Bobo down to the bottom of your screen. In the slot there, you've got Marweedy.
Holmberg to throw. Looking. Plenty of time. Back across. Caught. Leaping catch. Pankow. 1st down at the 45. Northwestern's out of timeouts with 2:32 to go. They move the chain.
He's done it all day. Gunnar Holmberg comes up big in the biggest spots. They trust the starter who decides to hang in there and hang in there and hang in there. Let Pankow get open. Delivers a strike. Pankow goes up the ladder and catches the football in what is likely the game-sealing 1st down. Now, Northwestern has time to get the ball back, but there's not going to be much time as long as Duke holds on to the football.
Holmberg now 314 yards on 31 of 44 today. Pretty impressive.
Very.
And now David Cutcliffe lets the clock wind down. He'll call his 2nd timeout here.
Holmberg has a lane to run the football, but just decides to hang in there and hang in there. Finally finds Pankow in front of Brandon Joseph.
Well, McIntyre the linebacker and Joseph the safety, Roddy.
Yep. He's able to put it in there. Pankow goes up the ladder. That's not an easy catch that Pankow makes. Snagging it out of the air. What a play by Duke when they needed it the most. And I think it shows the trust that Jeff Ferris, Ray Boyette, and David Cutcliffe have in Gunnar Holmberg.
Right.
Put the ball in his hands, go get us a 1st down, and let's end this football game.
Career high in yards, attempts, and completions today for Gunnar Holmberg. And Mataeo Durant has worked his way back over 100 yards after a tough 2nd half. And Holmberg will take a knee here. And Duke is starting to think about the 7-point win here. They're going to try and post on Northwestern to go to 2-1.
What a win for Duke. It was a tale of 2 halves. They were hanging on in the 2nd half. And if it wasn't for the injury to Andrew Marty, who knows where we would have ended up here. The spark that he gave that Northwestern offense was very tangible. But the fact that Duke found a way to win this football game.
Right.
When they needed plays, they got them from the defense. And then the biggest play of the game, Gunnar Holmberg on 3rd down. That delivered to Eli Pankel.
And final, charge timeout.
So you see Duke burn their last timeout with 1:18 to play. And my guess is you're looking at another run play. And then the play clock will start somewhere in the neighborhood of 1:10, Roddy.
Yeah.
And 40 minutes after that, you punt it with about 30 seconds, or 40 seconds after that, you'll punt it with about 30 seconds left.
It's only 2nd down, so they got a play here. The clock will start, then they'll run another play and the game's over. I think you're going to see 2 knees.
Well, you get a knee here.
You go down to 40 seconds. You get another knee.
How many seconds are going to tick off? You called the timeout,
Yep.
so depending on that, and then the play clock, and that's what Holmberg will do here. A touch of the knee. And so with 1:13, the 40-second clock starts.
Snap the football around 35 seconds, and that'll be it.
That'll be it. Yep, and that'll take care of the ball game. And David Cutcliffe and his friend Pat Fitzgerald have had a heck of an afternoon.
Yes, they have. Pat Fitzgerald, the 5 turnovers today.
Yep.
You're not going to win many football games
Well,
with 5 turnovers.
in a 7-point game, Roddy, Duke got 10 points off the 5 turnovers.
And look, Duke turned the ball over 3 times themselves.
That's right.
So it was not the cleanest of football games, but Duke comes out with the win, and ultimately that is what you want. There's enough on both sides from a coaching standpoint to be excited, but Duke's got Kansas coming in, another Power 5 team, a Kansas team that is better.
Yep.
Better than they have been in the past.
Yeah, Lance Leipold's done a good job. Pat Fitzgerald and David Cutcliffe, a lot of respect between those 2 guys, and you can tell.
Yeah, they could not talk glowingly enough, and their programs in so many ways mirror each other. This one was a sloppy at times, physical for most of the football game, and much more interesting than the halftime score would have suggested.
Gunnar Holmberg, a nice day, huh?
We don't have a sponsor for player of the game, but the Roddy Jones player of the game is Gunnar Holmberg.
Right.
I mean, the things that he did today, the command he showed of the offense, and really keeping this offense together through the turnovers that they had, and in the second half when they needed a play, Gunnar Holmberg.
It's the premier matchup in the ACC this weekend, a long-standing rivalry. Big game in the Coastal Division. And we cannot wait to kick it off tonight here in North Carolina. And we welcome you to ACC Primetime Football, presented by Geico, and from Kenan Stadium, Chapel Hill. Number 21, North Carolina, taking on 2-0 Virginia, trying to make it 5 straight wins over the Tar Heels. Hi, everybody. Great to have you with us. I'm Dave O'Brien. My partner, Tim Hasselbeck, former NFL quarterback, and also Kelsey Riggs joining us down on the field. The great part about this one tonight is a lot of great parts to it, but talk about the quarterbacks, the 2 best right now in the ACC, in Brennan Armstrong and Sam Howell.
Yeah, and we knew coming into the season, Sam Howell was going to be one of those guys. And when you think North Carolina offensively, you think of big plays, quick strike, because of the strong arm and because of the speed on the perimeter. But for UVA, Brennan Armstrong's this tough, gritty football player. And he's been outstanding passing the football as well. Already 7 touchdown passes this season. He, in some ways, has already been better than Sam Howell so far.
So for more on the matchup, we go down to the field. Here's Kelsey Riggs.
Well, Dave and Tim, you touched on it at the beginning there. North Carolina is very aware of the way things have gone against Virginia in the past. And Mac Brown told me, he tells his players, we just have to focus on us. Sam Howell, though, said if they want to accomplish their goals this season, it starts with winning tonight. On the other hand, Virginia trying to take the next step as a program. That means they have to find ways to win on the road. It's something they've struggled with, and Bronco Mendenhall told us this week, we are not afraid whether we're viewed as the favorite or not. We think we're the favorite. We'll see how they fare in this stadium here tonight.
Kelsey, thank you very much. We're going to wait for some of the smoke to clear, and then it's really going to get hot between these 2 offenses here at Kenan. 126th edition of the South's oldest rivalry. North Carolina won the toss. They will defer, so Virginia will receive the opening kick as we are moments away from getting underway. Tim, this is one you and I wait for every season. It's always such a good football game.
It's our third one in a row, Dave. The last two have been phenomenal. I expect this one to be the same. Two evenly matched teams.
Jonathan Kim to kick off here for North Carolina. Mike Hollins back and awaiting that as we get started here tonight at Chapel Hill. It'll come out to the 25. And Armstrong coming out for the first time. Brennan Armstrong, man, is he hot with the football. He's accumulated 775 yards in total offense in 2 games. Tim, that's the 3rd most in the country.
He's been incredible, and it's been in, through the air with his legs, and I think he's probably most dangerous when he takes off as a runner. That being said, Dave, you're right. He's been phenomenal with his decision-making and passing the football.
And look for his big target, the gigantic tight end, Jelani Woods, who is 6'7". He's going to throw right into the flat, and immediately it's Keaton Thompson. Thompson getting free after the first effort to bring him down, and he's going to pick up 7. Taken down by Miles Murphy. Had a great game last week, Mac Brown said.
And I know some people right away, Dave, are saying, wait, 99 out of the backfield. He's a former quarterback, Keaton Thompson, but he lines up everywhere there. Little swing route to start the game off. See how hard he is to tackle.
Heck, you're going to see him play some quarterback tonight. Armstrong again getting good pocket protection. He's going to get that one free. It's Thompson again for a big gain. Going to pick up a huge first down. Gets inside the 40-yard line. That's a 28-yard pickup. Eventually, Gimmel took him down, but a huge gain.
Watch Armstrong. He actually starts on Thompson. Look at the pass protection he has. It's so good that he's able to actually pump, reset, and then find Thompson. And we said it. 2 plays, 2 touches. Just a really fantastic football player and finding ways to get him the football.
Transfer from Mississippi State. He has been dynamite. Armstrong coming out winging it, and they're going to keep it on the ground for the carry. Staying on the ground with Rodriguez. He'll pick up 7. And the stop by Cedric Gray. Now, Brendan Armstrong just absolutely shredded Illinois, Tim, last Saturday. 27 for 36, 405 yards, 5 touchdowns. The 3rd best passing day in school history.
And what's been really unique, and we've seen some of it already, is so many different players in different spots. And so Virginia really tries to confuse you with their personnel groupings.
And off to Talapapa straight ahead. Wayne Talapapa, the senior, who is 49 yards shy from 1,000 in his career. That's a 1-yard gain. So 3rd down and 1 for Virginia.
And what's interesting, you get in these situations, Dave, it could be Keaton Thompson as a ball carrier. It could be Brendan Armstrong. Could be Wayne Talapapa. Again, one of the things that makes them difficult to defend because you have so many different guys that can carry the football.
3rd and short. You saw Thompson tucking in there. Flag down. They hand off to Talapapa with another flag.
Full start. Number 52, offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, the crowd is going to be a factor in this.
It sure will be, and kind of heading down towards the student section right now. They're getting involved, and they typically feed on that. That's a big penalty. 3rd and 1, a lot of things at your disposal. Much different scenario now.
Pushing it back to 3rd and 6. And again, he's got Keaton Thompson just off his left shoulder. The snap to Armstrong. He's looking long to the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. Broken up by the heels and busted up by Jaquarius Conley, who already has 1 interception this season, the sophomore from Jacksonville.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good reaction by Conley. Dontavia Wicks probably can fight back through contact. We see Conley with that cast on his wrist. Mac Brown told us probably the toughest football player out there. Broken hand, gets a cast on and wants to get back in there right after it's casted up.
Here you go at 4th and 6. They're going to go for it with an empty backfield. So right away, Virginia is going to test North Carolina. Armstrong will step up and blown dead. And a timeout.
Prior to the snap, timeout, North Carolina. Their first of the half.
North Carolina takes a timeout on 4th down and 6 when we come back.
Subway has so much new it didn't fit in their last ad, like the new steak and cheese. They start with new freshly baked artisan Italian bread, and then they pile on new thicker cut tender marinated steak and top it off with melted cheese. Well, guess they need another ad. The Eat Fresh refresh at Subway. There's too much new to fit in one commercial.
I'm Bo Bachman of Galpin Motors, telling you Subway has so much new it didn't fit in their last ad. So they bought time and mind to say their new hickory smoked bacon makes an all-American club you won't want to miss. What can I do to put you inside a Subway today? Don't hesitate. Arrange a test bite today.
Hearing loss was getting in the way of my daily life. Lively hearing aids have been a game changer for me. The process with Lively is insanely easy. You take a hearing test on your computer, the doctor programs it, it shows up at your house a few days later. You can stream calls or music through it. It's got multiple settings, audio adjustments so you can raise and lower the levels, but it's a fraction of the cost of the other devices. It's instilled some confidence I didn't have before.
Try Lively risk-free for 100 days. Visit listenlively.com.
This is Sarah. Sarah tried to save money by ordering a do-it-yourself orthodontics kit. Turns out she can save more money with AmeriSave's great rates instead. Smile, Sarah. Things are looking up. See how much you could save at AmeriSave.com.
Smile Direct Club. These are Smile Direct Club aligners. They can turn a smile like this into a smile like this in as little as 4 to 6 months for less than $3 a day. Choose Smile. Get started for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
What's your ultimate game day experience? Turbo tailgate? Front row seats? Then enter for a chance to win 5 Hour Energy's $10,000 Ultimate Game Day Entertainment Package. For rules and how to enter, visit 5hesport.com.
If you've served in the military, first responder, or law enforcement communities, then join GovX.com. On GovX.com, you'll find all the gear you need for your on- and off-duty life. Become a member and save on hundreds of brands. If you qualify, join for free at GovX.com.